Hey Raxby, thanks for subbing. Don't tell Quasi I subbed. Bugs, why did you do that? Why did you tell me that Quasi's, or tell me that Raxby subbed, not me, I didn't sub. Okay. Any key. Oh my god, I'm just now realizing, look at this cute sticker of Andu? Look at Andu enjoying that. Also, wanted? Cool person with pointy ears and mohawk? I mean, yeah, we could use more of those. Wait, what? Oh, okay, never mind. No, I see. No, I see. We're awake. We're fine. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry. Alright, here we go. Starlight Sonata, Crossroads of 3, third of the Astral Moon. Yeah, I'm bad at secrets too, Bugs. It's okay. I can never keep a secret. Well, I can keep secrets, but if I have like a gift for someone, it's not happening. I can't keep it a secret. Good morning. Good morning, Melly. Good morning, Blaze. Oh yeah, I forgot you gave me your other name. What have you both been up to today? Oh, you know, dilly-dallying and such. I was not dilly-dallying. He was! It goes well with the brooding. Sounds like a wonderful morning. Can I offer you both something to drink in these early hours, in these trying times? Yes, please. Could you make me something smart and sparkly? Can do. Smart and sparkly. That would be, not a hiccup. That would be a sparkling nebula? A sparkling nebula. Sparkling nebula. Boom. There we go. Who does Quasi want to date in this game? Bugs doesn't know. Not everyone. Specifically not everyone. Not everyone. I'll see if Bugs gets it right. It's not strong, hot wolf lady. I will say Carolyn is cool. Carolyn is neat. Rhea's neat. Kyle has big bottom twink energy, so possibly. Not long term though for Kyle. Fable is adorable and I love them. So yes. Carolyn's cool. Blaze no. Alithia no. Jade please. Iniko no. And Melly is 10. So no. So yeah, it's a yes to Jade and Fable. And a possibly to Kyle. Andu. So half of everyone. Yeah, pretty much. A fresh brew of smart sparkles. Thank you. This is just the right amount of sparkle. Happy to hear that. Blaze, what can I get you? Nothing. Alright. So, has the cape found its way back home yet? Yes. The vampire was thankful if melancholic. Seems to have awakened memories of old woe. Seems pretty excited to me. Should be. Fits him well. Half of everyone, but he has good taste. I have good taste? Oh. I want to adopt the cat? This isn't Nekopara. You can't just adopt a like cat person. Almost like it was made for him. It was very interesting seeing a vampire in person. His fangs were shorter than I thought they would be. I expected them to be the size of a colossal saber. Toothed tiger's fangs, but they were much tinier. Common misconception. Where did you find him? Fallen West Gate. Jade's amazing, but her personality would not work for me. Yeah, I mean, if I'm choosing like a character that I will be in a long-term relationship with, right here. Fable's just as much of a mess as I am. But the problem is Fable only likes forest nymphs. And I don't think I qualify for a forest nymph. I could try, but yeah. Gives me Valhalla energy. I thought I saw that this is made by the Coffee Talk people, but maybe I'm just making that up. I just need to kill the parents that I can adopt. I don't believe they have parents. Yeah, her parents met an early tragic end. Yeah, no. Melina is has no parents. Fallen Westgate. The tragic sight to behold. It's okay, it's just a bit crumbly. I don't think it's made by the Coffee Talk people. I thought I saw someone say that, but they might have just been saying it's Coffee Talk if you're into D&D. They can't rebuild it that quickly because giant wildfire badgers keep showing up at night. Apparently they really like to eat stardust. Do you know a lot about giant wildfire badgers, Millie? I do now! Did you ask for one for an interview? No, they're not very talkative. Also, the other cool thing about Melly is a 10-year-old Columbo. So I guess like Conan? Detective Conan? Maybe? Well, no, Conan, because Conan's like young, old and young body. Melly's not like that. Alithia gave me a lesson. After you stalked her for an hour. I didn't stalk her, I was investigating. Miss Anwar, the vampire of the Westgate. All of them. I've been hard at work the last few days trying to uncover the mystery of the fallen stars. I was already very excited to get a closer look at the Westgate. Okay, Raxby's ready to adopt Melly. My oh yes please is radically different from the wood LTR. Seems to be their only release. Alcohol talk. No, we're making potions. Yeah, no, I knew long-term relationship. Yeah. I just didn't read out the words because sleepy brain. I was already very excited to get a closer look at the West Gate. When I saw a vampire traveling with a seasoned dwarf and a seraph cleric, I just knew I had struck gold. They were clearly investigating the area, just like me. Of course, I wasn't sure whether they would share their findings with me, or how deeply they might have been involved in the conspiracy themselves, so we opted to stay in the shadows. We watched them from the best hiding spots we could find, listening in on their conversations. Fortunately, they were mostly talking about the quality of different pickaxes. That didn't stop us from staying vigilant. Us? Me and the mysterious and quiet Blaze. He's my new associate. I'm no such thing. It's great to see you two working together so closely. Make a great duo. We are not a duo. Thank you. So you weren't able to collect. I loved how your ear turned to the left a little bit there. Melly's animations are like fantastic. So you weren't able to collect much evidence by eavesdropping? No, not this time. How did you how did you end up getting zoology lessons? Yes, so my stealth may need some work. It's an understatement. She knocked over every stone we came across. It was a miracle that none of them noticed us. Must have been struggling with their perception this morning. Yeah, the giant wildfire badgers sure weren't. She steered 3 of them our way. Sounds terrifying. It was. I mean, they were way taller than us and had piercing flaming eyes and sharp teeth, but it was fine. That's just how investigations go sometimes. Plus, Alithia was there. She saved us. Put herself between us and the monsters. They blasted her with their fire, but it didn't even hurt her one bit. And without taking a single hit, she banished them into the primordial sea. That's where they came from, or come from. Did you know that? I do now. They can also smell 800 times better, and Nussin knows how to use chopsticks. She told us that after yelling at us for almost getting killed. It was so cool. That sounds very cool. Did she share any of her other investigative insights with you? No. She told us not to worry about. Oh my god. Who made Melly cry? Well, besides Alithia. Look at this cry. Oh no. Poor baby. But she did tell me to work on my stealth. Will you? Yes. Blaze offered to help me. Did he now? It was embarrassing to watch. Sure it was. Were you shaken up at all by the wildfire badgers? No. I've encountered countless horrifying creatures in my time. Cannot meet them with the fear of death still beating in your heart. Wait, so you've met monsters before? What kinds? Which ones are your favorites? Which are the first ones you ever saw? Did they try to eat you? Of course I've encountered monsters before. They've been a part of my life for many years. Shadows are full of them. Okay. Cool it. Really? That's scary. Of course it is. The first monsters you ever saw were shadow monsters? No. They were much worse than that. What is it? Can I have a drink after all? The words aren't flowing easily. Aye, that's fair, friend. The words never flow easily for me either. Of course, same as last time? Yes. Let's see if I can find something sweetly charismatic. Yeah. That wasn't them talking though, that was me. Okay. You want a spoken heart. One day I will learn all of these and remember them. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, binary. If you're still in here, I do believe I have Metroid Prime 2 working now. So yay. It just wasn't quite working how I wanted it to work when I tried to record it earlier. And I fixed some stuff and I think I'm happy with it now, so. Hey Sage. Welcome. A drink, just for you. Thanks. How is it? Fine. That means it's perfect. So, where was I? Alright, shadow monsters. Back when I was younger, I had just joined the Shadowbanes and was eager to prove myself. Said there are great riches far in the depths of the Gravelmac, a dangerous mountain range in eastern Phesia. Or Fasoa. Hidden treasure troves full of precious gems and gold, and I owed some debts. You recorded the first episode yet? No, I tried to earlier, but basically as soon as I got to like moving around, it was like, the frames were dropping just a little bit more than I wanted, so I swapped to Prime Hack. Before I was just using Dolphin. Horse paper signed. Also this weekend is my 11-year wedding anniversary. It's fitting. Thank you though. Feels good. I'm glad it feels good. You know? Usually once you're past the thing, I know how it can be to have your brain sit there and obsess over dates and details and things that are coming up, but once you're past it, things can be good. At least that's how I am, so hopefully it does feel really good, Sage. Important thing to note, on the Wii version, normal is actually easy and hard is actually normal. I'm just playing the GameCube version. Because, I saw some other things that were different too, like, something that didn't work. Something was taken out of the remasters on the Wii, or whatever. It's easy, hard. It often is in early Japanese games when they localized them to the US and were like, these poor babies. Hoping to find some jewels, I made my way there, to the darkest of crevices. Guarding its depths were creatures no one would ever choose to face. Bleak stalkers straight from the Twilight Chasm. Hideous creatures that have every right to be associated with the Nightmare Realm. They typically feed on rocks and gemstones, but they seem to think bones have the same general consistency. I wasn't able to harm them with any mortal weapons, so I distracted them with some of the gems I had managed to pocket earlier. It was a close call. I'll never forget their twisted antlers and beak-like snouts. They sound kinda cute. Yeah, exactly. They were not cute. Well, I mean, maybe we have different ideas of what's cute, Blaze. It's fine. If you say so, maybe I'll encounter some. Pray you never will. No thanks. Rumor unlocked, all nightmare, no shadow. I saw that this game did get updated and they like changed how the rumor system works or something. Puppet Master? What is that achievement? I don't know. What is that achievement? I've been busy as shit, so I've made a point to hang out with all of you tonight. How's Tavern Talk been? It's been fun. It's a lot of reading, so the past 2 streams I couldn't do like my full 3 hours, but... Innkeep, hand me a drink, will ya? Coming right up, Carolyn. Any preferences? The usual. Something strong and powerful. Exactly. I will say, out of facial expressions, I think some of my favorite facial expressions are Carolyn's blush and then also eye narrow. Look at this. Look at this. That's great. I still think Melly has probably the best animations though. Carolyn does make a strong case for herself. Luckily, Carolyn is not a rabbit, so I don't have to worry about Leafy trying to swoop in. Defense, charisma. Southern Brawler. Carolyn and the dwarf are your long-term relationships. That's fair. That's fair. There's a lot of good options here. It's a long-term relationship. That's what it is. I think we still have a few characters left to see too, I believe. Ta-da, a drink. You have a messed up definition of strong. Strength lies in the eyes of the beholder. Wait, what are you talking about? That's strong. That's strong. The Southern Brawler. Big punch. Maybe on like 3 hours of sleep, but I can still go to war. Oh yeah? I'm on like 12 hours of sleep. And I still took a nap. Come at me. And yours is self-imposed because you were up all night playing your Monster Train, which is the collegiate football game. Oh shit, I just hit something, don't worry about it. It's fine, everything's fine. Maybe she wanted something in the drink? She didn't ask for an infusion. Also, none of my infusions give you strength, I don't think. Haste, inspiration, frost armor, invisibility, and fire resistance. Monster Train is addicting. I'm glad you finally got into it, Leafy. You know? I'm glad you found your Monster Train. Yeah, and yours needs a prescription. Say, Innkeep, you got room in your neat little book full of recipes for one more drink? Sure, got one for me? You bet. It's what my Baba used to drink back in the day. My adventures reminded me of it. Sailor's Courage. Thank you, Carolyn. So, since you're here in my tavern unharmed and in somewhat good spirits, I'm guessing you survived your encounter with the Wyvern Chimera? I did, obviously. Congratulations. You encountered a Chimera? Sure did. Lived to tell the tale, too. I like ridiculously capable practical people where I'm the only person who can make them emote, and they both fit that bill. That's fair. That's fair. If I had to go based off of Morgan's preferences, for example... Morgan would be into Blaze. Morgan would be into Blaze. And possibly Fable or Elethea? Maybe. Or Jade. Or Jade. Those would probably be hers. Or she would just do like Raxby and just adopt Melly. You're the Chimera. Both. Cool. Are you a Beast Slayer? I am. Though this time no beast was slain, I'm Carolyn, you? Melly, the greatest detective in the whole wide world, and this is my assistant. Blaze is just like, I hate my life. Your assistant got a name? Malachite. What? Why are you giving different names every single time somebody asks? See, so Melly, you're interested in chimeras? Interested in everything, chimeras especially. Nah, I'm pretty sure Morgan would pick the barkeeper. Nah. If you like, I'll tell you, that sneaky innkeep. And your, oh wait, there's a sneaky innkeep and your pumpkin crime over there, how I outsmarted one. Morgan would go for Malachite. Oh my god, it actually updated to Malachite. It actually updated to Malachite. Why would... Stop changing your name! Would you quit? My god. I'm gonna go for Blaze because he's so much like my best friend that it throws me off. Who do you think I would pick? Elethea. I think Sage is an Elethea. Never mind. The barkeeper has a flattening fetish? What does that even mean? Yes, please. I'd love that. Well, alright. Strap in tight then. Friendly innkeep here sent me on a quest to collect some saliva from the wyvern chimera in the Quag Mangrove. It's the key ingredient for vampire sunscreen. That makes sense. The issue is, the marshland's the chimera's home turf. There's no way I could outfight it in its own domain. So I went the route of trickery. My Bob always said all the chimeras she encountered enjoyed some good subterfuge. I ain't really the brainy type, but I thought even if I failed, I might be entertained enough to help me anyhow. Needed to pick a clever approach, of course, so I did the only reasonable thing to do in this situation. I talked to a mouse. A mouse? A mouse. Found one local to the marshland, offered him a bunch of cheese if he agreed to help me out. It's pretty easy to convince. Why a mouse? Everyone knows chimeras are afraid of mice, dummy. Exactly. Thought if it was scared, it might use its 3 brains less. Flattening and sounding? No. You stop that. Does this mean I should post pictures of a cool dorsolaterally compressed wasp more often in Discord? The last B video I posted got at least 3 people telling me they reported me, and then Morgan was like, "Oh wow, I've seen this. Wow, Leafy has good taste." Dorsolaterally, there we go. See, I'm too sleepy for this. So I dressed up the mouse in the best wizard regalia I could find and made myself invisible. Oh hey, it's the mouse from Dragon's Crown. You can do that? Not usually, but the innkeep's drinks come with great perks. Do indeed, though I do not recall granting you invisibility. Yeah, invisibility might be too strong a word. But with the wits I got from your drink, I remembered something. Chimeras have a hard time discerning between different shades of green. Ooh, I think I know where this is going. Quite the hand in camouflage, so I figured I'd put it to good use. Gathered some underbrush, sticks, and leaves, and made some glue from tree resin and spit. Spit? Everything holds together better with spit. Let me jot that down. Sure thing, kiddo. So I put it all together in a cloak of camouflage, put some mud on my face, and was ready to go. So dressed up in camouflage, the mouse and I, unseen, approached the chimera. It was resting near a muddy stream, and 2 of its heads were in deep discussion about the sanctity of canon compliance. Okay. What kind of heads did it have, besides the dragon one, obviously? Classic lion and snakehead combo. Of course, all of them heard us approaching. First they seemed curious, but all 3 of them froze up when they saw the mouse. Little thing looked mighty tall with his improvised wizard hat. Stayed right behind him, making his footsteps sound heavy. My camouflage seemed to work. The different shades of green and brown made me blend into the marshy landscape. From up close, I could see the chimera trying to hide its fear as the mouse drew nearer, so I started the show. The mouse, or me, same thing at that point, loudly announced that he was a great wizard. And he has come to collect spellcasting ingredients for his plane-switching spell. He was prepared to fight, but was willing to bargain if the chimera valued its life. To underline his great power and everything, I made him float on my invisible hand. Luckily for me, the chimera was more than ready to take up the offer. Though it did briefly argue with itself whether fleeing was the better option. Snake wanted to fight, but only until the mouse growled, or I growled. One and the same, really. So the great mouse mage stated his conditions in no uncertain terms. 1 bucket of saliva, and in return we'd leave the chimera in peace forever. Helped a lot that he could summon a bucket out of thin air. Briefly lost my sanity when there was more in creature arguing, but finally the chimera agreed. Filled the bucket with plenty of saliva with a disturbingly quick time frame. That's... How does one do that? In a quick time frame. Happy to have avoided any monumental violence, the mouse wizard and his bucket of valuable chimera saliva floated away. Promising that he'd keep his honorable word. Pavlov could? Pavlov could. What an incredible ruse. Guess I got some of my Baba's brains and charm after all. More than some, it seems. Let's not get too carried away. Once we were out of sight, I had to keep up my own end of the deal, of course. For getting out of my camouflage, I thanked the mouse and gave him the enormous amount of cheese I'd promised him. Wouldn't that much cheese be way too heavy for a single mouse to carry? I thought the mouse was actually a wizard after all. Had some sort of dimensional pocket he could store it all in. Disappeared with the cheese and just left its ridiculous hat with me. Bid me farewell before I could ask him why he hadn't said something sooner about the whole wizard thing, you know. Ah, a typical mouse with a wizard hat, I see. I prefer the detectives, personally. Me too! Afterwards, I thought I was in the clear, when suddenly I felt something breathing heavily right behind me. When I turned around, I was looking right into the scaly eyes of a wyvern chimera. Apparently, it had wanted to know where the wizard would take his leave so that it could move to a more secure spot. Thought I was about to be smoke. Apparently Baba was right, they do like a good ruse. So it wasn't mad? No, I was amused. Impressed even. In return for making it so weak, it let me live and left me with some strange words. Strange words? Stranger than a talking dragon head. I mean, that's kind of what dragon heads do, right? Not sure. Maybe they do typically speak in prophecies. Prophecies? That's what it said it was given me. It said, hope will fall and hope will rise. A hero will tether its final tread, burying the past and keeping the dead. Sounded like a bunch of bullshit to me. I do like Carolyn. I'm gonna bump Carolyn up, because Carolyn's cool. Carolyn's getting bumped up. Carolyn's getting bumped up to the Fable tier. Alright? The long-term relationship tier. I don't know. I like her. She's cool. She's super neat. Cleverness is nice. Yeah, I like her. Everybody else is yeah, you're fine. But these two, top tier. Top tier. Now blasphemous. Didn't say it was real. Why they gotta make these things so cryptic? Ain't no one got time to interpret this kind of stuff. It's the thing with prophecies, no need to interpret them. You realize exactly what they mean soon enough. What hero do you think it was talking about? No clue. Bet it's you! I ain't no hero. Think you might be, Carolyn. You know what would be very heroic of you? What? I mean, I feel like the other thing I really like about Carolyn, she reminds me of another waifu of mine, for lack of a better term, from Pyre, Jodariel. And if I ever play Pyre on stream, everyone will see why I really, really like Jodariel. Because she's awesome. If he brought that saliva to Kyle the vampire, I'm sure his happiness about finally being able to walk in the sun again will be extraordinary. Too lazy to go yourself. My domain is merely my tavern. You're much more likely to run into him. Fine. Might as well. Guess I owe that leech a thanks for providing me with this strange adventure. Did you have fun? It was... fun? Yeah, I'll admit it, it was fun. Just wish I could tell my Bob all about it. I also like that Carolyn tries to be, like, cool, but isn't also afraid to blush and be like, yeah, I'll admit it, it was fun. You know? I like that. Did you make a good stand-in, Innkeep? Thank you. I try. Any of you happen to know where I can find this vampire? Last saw him at the West Gate. Being fireproof, you should have no issues out there. Never he wanted to go. I overheard him talking about it. Care to share? I want to trade it. The information, I mean. For what? Can you teach me how to use a greatsword? That's it. Sure thing. Right now? Is right now okay? Not the time. Might take you more than one lesson, though. That's okay. I've also got time. It's a deal, then. Share the basics and you tell me where to find the vampire. Yippee! It is, if your assistant is alright with that. Don't care. Not my circus, not my monkey. Okay, kiddo. Let's go. Innkeep, can we use your front yard? Of course. Go wild. Will do. Secret sweetness? Yeah, exactly. The kind of sweetness that's like, oh yeah, I went on a walk and I saw this and thought of you, and they give you like a flower, or in your case, Bugs, like a bug. And they wouldn't make a big deal out of it. They'd just be like, yeah, here you go. And that'd be it. You coming too, Mal? No, I'll stay here and have another drink. Okay, you can join us later. I can't wait to learn how to fight. It'll be so helpful for future adventures. Innkeeper, do you have any quests I could go on after this to practice my sword and stealth skills? Not yet, but I'm sure something will come in. Be patient. Promise I'll have a quest for you soon. Can't wait! I'm going to destroy any challenge with my wit, stealthiness, and giant swords. No, you will. First, I gotta practice. See you later. Malachite human? I think so. I mean, I was thinking the same thing most people probably were, that they were actually a vampire. But they've said that they went out during the daytime before. So... I mean, it is, but this is a fantasy world. I don't know. But they've hinted that he may be a vampire? I don't know about that. That hint is a strong word, I guess. But I don't know. The book doesn't say anything about it. There was one particular moment where it seemed like maybe he was hinting that he could be a vampire. Different character. They're so caught up that they seem to be stuck talking or brooding like one too. He likes all things dangerous and mysterious, or at least he pretends he does. That's it. And he's only 25 years old. So, if he is a vampire, he's a very young one. Hey, knife the rainbow. I like our ambition. I like our naivety. Someone call it optimism. Waste of time. Delusions get you nowhere. You would know. Another drink, please. Same as before. Sweet and all. Coming right up. 25, is he single? Think he could set us up? I'll tell you what. I'll put a good word in for you. I'll put a good word in. He does have pointy ears, but you know. I mean, it doesn't say anything about that, so. Kin air echo. So I guess kin would be, yeah. So he's an air echo, so not human. Whatever an air echo is. I'm guessing that's like an elemental? Which seems wild to me. Alright, let's see. Yeah, you need your talk thing. Oh my god, Sailor's Courage has a 6-pack. Let's do that. Our BFF who is significantly like Blaze met his husband on Wait For It, Grinder. That checks out. Which I'm going to be laughing about for the next 20 years. Boom. And I need a bit of defense. Boop. Some sweet optimism from my most pessimistic customer. This is sweet enough to make me optimistic for future drinks. I mean, you have a pretty cute blush too. You only get a little bit of a hint of it, but the blush is there. Like, you can see it in the eyes. You see? It's kind of, it's honestly kind of a little bit of possible bedroom eyes. Wow, proud of myself here. You should be. So, Malachite. Just leave me to my pondering. Got it. Bye-bye. Enjoy your pondering. Now it's nighttime. Hey, Fable! Hiya, Innkeep. Hiya, Fable. So happy to see the tavern looking healthy again, and you too. I'm sorry it took me so long to check in. That's alright. Hope the last 2 days weren't too hard on you. No, not at all. I was just very busy. A bunch of the Ashen Grove's trees got knocked over, and I spent a lot of time rescuing and leading group therapy sessions with the local wildlife. Wow, that sounds awesome. Bunch of the Ashen Grove's trees got knocked over, and I spent a lot of time rescuing and leading group therapy sessions. That... wow. And of course I had to check in on all the nearby settlements too, see if they needed help with any damage after all of that. Did Uncle Dragon make it? Dragon? Yes, the werewolf sediment took a bit of a hit, but everyone made it out okay. Mr. Dragon was making emergency soup when I arrived. I think he's a stress cooker. Very nice of you to check in with everyone. I had to make sure everyone was okay. I used up a lot of my healing salves, and that's what they're there for. I'm not happy I had to use them, but I'm glad I was prepared. May I request something? Go ahead. Do you maybe have a drink in your repertoire that could assist someone in a situation like mine? Your drinks are powerful. I'd like something that would make me tougher while also replenishing my social energy. I think I'm all done with helping out now, but a drink like that would be a real game changer in case something like this happens again. I don't think I have a recipe for that yet. But don't worry, I've already got an idea. But even without such a drink, I'm sure people are very thankful for your presence. Well, they weren't mad about it at least. Though, I sort of feel like people aren't really as concerned as I thought they'd be. When I saw the stars fall, I thought for sure the world was gonna end. Yes, I recall. I just love your panicked, anxiety-ridden expression. Yeah, we got a new recipe. Yes, I recall. You're right that it wouldn't, of course. But I thought people would be a little more freaked out by the lack of a night sky. But everyone just seems to be okay with it? I asked one of my sisters about it and she said, who cares? Some wide-eyed adventurer will surely put them back at some point. Let's worry about replanting these tomatoes. I don't even know if you could put them back. You can never put back what's lost. But you can always replace it with something new. I'm not sure you can replace the stars, or if you should approach loss that way. It's all a matter of perspective. I wouldn't mind a bunch of trees up in the sky for a change. Right, but it'd still be much nicer if things would just stay the same. They never do. Yeah, unfortunately change is gonna— oh, Fable's crying emotion— oh. Oh, Fable, no. I'm just happy everyone's okay. Did you check on Carolyn yet? She should be hacking my terrace to pieces outside. I did. Outside on your definitely not hacked up terrace. Just out of curiosity, do you own any wood glue? It was nice to see that she's okay too. I was a little worried she would just leave and never talk to me again. So it was nice watching her train melee with so much enthusiasm, and to catch up a bit, that too. She tried to rope me into their greatsword training. Did you accept? I'm not really a sword kind of elf, but it was fun to watch her teach melee. She's very sweet. Indeed. And I was just relieved to see Carolyn doing alright. She was relieved about Mr. Dragon. About you, I'm sure. Maybe. Celebrate our well-being despite the absurdity of this world. How about a drink? I'd love a drink. Can I have something agile and swift? I still have to make my way back home later, and I could use some speed for that. Sure, I'll find just the right thing. Welcome backstage. Let's see. So 1,000 wins is defense and charisma. So you, of course, just want a swift strike again. Yep. Alrighty. Swift strike it is. Boop. 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 Oh yeah, I can't remember if I mentioned this or not, but there was a game I was sort of interested in playing, but I specifically didn't play it because it was crazy similar to this game. But it's such an interesting concept, so maybe I'll play it at some point, possibly when I'm done with this, and I'm in the mood for something like it. It's called Vampire Therapist, and it's exactly what you think. You're a therapist for vampires, and all of the various bits of trauma and things that they've built up over their incredibly long lifespans. It sounds like an interesting concept. Also, your character's a cowboy? Which is interesting too. But yeah, I've seen that and I thought that looked kind of neat, but it's effectively just like this, so. Sans the potion making. Swiftly and quickly, your favorite drink. Thank you. Your drinks are still the highlight of my day. He makes the best drinks, right? They're... okay. Really? You actually think that? Or is this a thing where you just don't want to be nice? People seem to do that a lot for some reason. I know, right, Fable? People will instead choose to be like just kind of mean or rude instead of just doing the easy thing and being nice to people. It's crazy. They taste good. As good as things can taste when you're, me. Well said. Thank you. By the way, I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Fable. I'm an elf. And a ranger. And I come here a lot. They are also an incredibly courageous and capable hero. And very cute. That's not true. Not yet. I'm working on it. Being a hero, I mean. Why? Because I dream of adventure and all the wonderfully exciting things it can bring. And I want to help people. Why? Why not? Yeah, I mean, do you need a reason to help people? I'm Malachite. I half expected you to change your name again. Oh, you're Mal. I mean, Malachite, obviously. Melly just talked about a Mal. She said they, or I guess you, are very cool and her new friend. She sounded very happy about it. We're not friends. She just won't leave me alone. Oh, okay, then why do you spend time with her if you don't like her? That sounds really mean. She keeps following me. And you take her along? Not by choice. I don't know you well enough to judge the truth behind all this. I like the broody character just getting like totally deconstructed by Fable here. Just being like, huh, why don't you just be nice to people? I don't know. I've never really thought about it. But I think you should be honest with her and yourself. Honesty goes a long way. I also believe that thing in Zoford could be fixed with honesty as well. You mean the missing familiar? Heard several familiars are missing actually. And I believe with so many mages and familiars present, someone is bound to know something. But maybe they're just scared to face possible consequences for their honesty. Sounds like Zoford is going through an eventful time. Thank you for letting me know. I'll keep an eye or two on our future developments. Zoford isn't very far from here, is it? Not too far. It's in eastern Fasoa, and is, to my knowledge, the biggest harbor town the Republic has to offer. Later, Binary. Hope you have a good time zone. Yeah, no, not name change hasn't happened yet. Only recommend its mini summer festivals. Very pretty fireworks. Why? Does it sound like something up your alley? No. Not mine, but... Lena is seeking her first quest. Maybe this could be something for her. She needs to practice her skills outside of risk-free theory. Good idea. I'll see if I can reserve it for her. Sorry for asking, but first quest? I thought Melly just turned 10. Isn't that a bit young for quests? No. I was a similar age when I first ventured on my first quest. One with the horrifying nightmare creatures? Yes. Oh, that's sad. God, this expression is so adorable. So the cat person, are they old enough to drink? This is an alcoholic. These are potions. So no, we can let the 10-year-old have like performance-enhancing drugs. No, that's cool. No, I think that's a little sad. Children shouldn't have to face such danger that early. Why not? It's always there. Might as well confront them with it when they're young so they can accept its existence in their lives. That's an insane thing to say. Just because the world can be horrible doesn't mean we should confront kids with that fact as early as we can. It's already bad enough that us grown-ups have to deal with it so much. Why should they just accept it? If we can make the world a better place for them instead. Thanks for the quote. I mean, you're on a quest with, and I quote, horrifying nightmare creatures. Weren't you scared? Wouldn't you have preferred not to be alone? Builds character. Oh, shut up! Character that thinks we should put other kids in miserable situations? Sure did a lot of good for you there. Fable is going hard! Fable woke up today and decided that they were just gonna, like, just completely turn this character upside down. My god. Weren't your parents worried to death about you? You got enough rumors to make a quest yet, Innkeeper? Well, I mean, they might not have parents, or they might not have a good relationship with their parents. So... Hey, Blue. Not yet. Give me another day. People are so busy talking about or ignoring all that star debris, they're losing sight of the important things. Like feeding me new information. Is that very nutritious for you? People woke up and chose emotional excoriation, yes. Is that very nutritious for you? No, but it's fun. In that case, the fun I can provide in the day is running out. Fortunately, the horrors of this world did not stop chasing me nor anyone else. I shall take my leave. Luck! See you around with less horrors, I hope. Now I'm worried. Malachite or Melly? Both. Are you really going to send her on that quest? She wants to go, but I don't think you have to worry about it that much. Yeah, there you go, Sage. Enjoy that quote. Surford is a beautiful city with a very low crime rate. I think she can handle a couple of rowdy familiars. I doubt she'd be going alone. Hope not. There's little worse than being alone when you're scared. Very true. Are you scared of anything? Bad Yelp reviews. I don't think you have to be scared of that. You make the best drinks in all of Asteria. You can make the best of anything. Do everything perfectly, Fable. Someone will still have a problem with you. No, not everyone is not going to like you. And the faster you realize that there's no person that everyone in the world likes, the lot better off you'll be. I think as long as you like my drinks, I'll be okay. Got my 5 stars in the bag. I know that's what you're afraid of, but the answer would be everything? Is it? Yes, but I'm working on not letting my fear stop me. I might not be able to avoid feeling afraid, but I can always just do things when scared. Rather than not at all, maybe this is still a terrifying thought. That is still a terrifying thought. How do you handle situations you're afraid of? I used to have a terrible habit of just walking away from the things that scared me, but... with the right people by your side, staying becomes less of a crushing weight on your shoulders. You realize that even if things aren't perfectly comfortable, they're still worth experiencing. That sounds lovely. I've never seen friends of yours around the tavern before. Maybe you should invite them over. Perhaps. And one of my friends is sitting here right now. Where? Wait, are they invisible? Oh, you mean me. That makes me really happy. Also makes me feel pretty bad about having to go back home. Don't worry. Go home. Fix the many things that worry you as long as you come back. Always. Oh, see, we have a great relationship. I love this. Yeah, Fairlin, Fairlin? I just made a ship name. I just made a ship name while trying to say Carolyn and Fable. Carolyn and Fable are the top tiers. need some water now. Alright. I'll see you tomorrow, Innkeeper. See you tomorrow, my friend. Oh. Oh. Hey, Andu, who wants some Scooby snacks? Scooby snacks. Look at those eyes. Alright, Starlight Sonata. New Horizons. It's a rainy day. Hello! You're one of the new characters. Good mythical morning. It's well past noon. Still morning somewhere. Plus, a wizard doesn't care about things like time. Time's not only relative, but also flexible. Like a gummy worm. One time, I actually tried breaking through the space-time continuum using a loophole through the primordial vortex. And did it work? No. But almost. I would have needed a drip of primordial sea to enhance the curvature, and that should have done it. But no access to the primordial sea. Bummer. That's not very easy to get. Theopractically it Theopractically? Theopractically. Well, that's a reference. Good mythical morning. What is that a reference to? Theopractically? Practically in theory. Duh. Ah, that makes sense. I get it. You do? Of course I do. Uh-huh, interesting and suspicious. So you mayhaps also a person of magic? Well, I do make magical drinks. Enchanted mixology. That indeed is a niche. Say, Innkeeper, did something you make ever explode? Occasionally. Heck yeah, welcome to the club. I think I blow something up at least once or twice a week. I'm Hex, by the way. Nice to meet you, Hex. Nice to meet you, too? Innkeeper for now. Alright, well then, Innkeeper, how about a super wheezy, breezy drink for me? Flavors you might fancy? Maybe something... something that'll make me focus more and perhaps help me better understand the primordial vortex. Gotcha. Focus and understanding. Sounds like this and this. Yeah, big smart. So you need a sparkling nebula. Jeez. Not a sparkling nebula. 2, 3. And then boom, boom. I'm gonna be honest. This might just be because... Oh, Andu really liked that one. This might just be because it's purple. And it might be because I need a lot of this. But the intelligence one looks like a good flavor. That and like the green. I would have an agility and an intelligence one. That sounds like a good mixture. I like that. Should boost your focus like nothing else. Amazing! I can already feel the ideas cooking up. I think I figured out a way to get to that primordial seawater to... Never mind. The explanation would be too complex to grasp, so... What complex reason brings you to my tavern, Hex? Getting away from the other smartest person in this area. Who would that be? Doesn't matter. Tell me. My sister. She's studying and driving me crazy with all her theories. They're so reasonable, you know. No chaos, but there has to be a bit of chaos in everything, doesn't there? I wonder how she gets through life with so much structure. Oh my god! Look at the... Look... What? Who are you? You can't just hit me with that. Okay, Hex. Oh my god, look at that. Look at this. Look at this conniving little grin he has. Half-elf. Look at this little gremlin. You're chaotic neutral, of course. Structure is the key to everything, young lad. Without structure, there is no chaos, and thus there'd be no entropy.
Found entropy to be quite essential in this world.
And you are?
Oh, how rude of me. Top of the morning to you, lad, and to you, innkeeper, is it?
Correct. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. I suppose you must call me Scully. My actual living name would be too ancient to be spoken out loud. I'm an archivist. At least I used to be, now I'm dead. Somewhat. Not completely, obviously. Under mysterious circumstances, I happen to still be conscious.
So you're undead?
Precisely.
How?
Well, I passed on, and then one day I rose from my grave. I was like a long sleep, completely knackered for 1,000 years. At least I believe it's been 1,000 years. What year is it?
1755.
Fuck! That's brutally long!
So, how did you come back to life? You have to pick up your mustache. Okay, might be one of my new favorite characters. Stop letting it fall. Good Mythical Morning is a YouTube-based morning show that's been going on till 2012, maybe almost daily? Whoa, I've never heard of this.
I'm not too sure myself. I woke up and walked on like nothing had happened. Thought to myself, might as well explore the world anew. Those who'd risen with me seemed to be inhabited by an independent consciousness. And alas, didn't care.
Those who'd risen with you? There are more like you out there?
Of course, undead rarely rise alone. They mostly serve a master.
Right.
However, I decided not to bother with that and go my own way. Going south, I passed through Zoford and found a small little tavern. A bit like this one, more nautical in style. They had a lot of fish. I've never been a fan of seafood. Though I got to listen to a lot of the town's gossip.
You had to fill me in on that Zoford gossip?
Well, apparently a well-known noble married a commoner and decided to run off with her, leaving the family without an heir. But there's more. Fishermen fear that Zoford has been cursed by a sea witch. They say the docks are being haunted by lonely animals that stare blankly at the waves and the moon all night. And during the day, they disappear like ghosts.
Bit of a weird curse.
Fitting for any sea witch or wild sailor's tale. Innkeeper, say, do you have a drink for this undead fella?
Drinking a mop?
Just a drink. I won't be needing a mop.
Say so. What would you like?
Something that'll loosen up this non-existent tongue. Look at that little blush. Something full of charm and appeal.
Coming right up. Charm and appeal, huh? This character seems fun. Sunny Breeze. Or a Spoken Heart. You just need this though, so we'll just give you a Spoken Heart. Big charisma. There's that. There's ye. There's ye. Alright, what is this link? Interesting. Yeah, I've never heard of this before in my life. It's pretty wild that it was referencing this. Alright, get to this. It's not bad, very cute. They have a fascinating series about religious deconstruction. Interesting. Real charmer just for you.
Jolly, I feel like I can conquer worlds with my words alone.
Oh?
Not that I would ever do that. I care more about words than worlds. Archivist things, you know. Spent most of my life reading, sorting, and archiving. That didn't have a lot of time for the dreams of hubris.
Sure, academic hubris is a powerful one.
Come on now, that type hardly counts.
Agreed, it's only natural. Oh, I think you're giving me an idea, Bone Man.
I did?
Yes, if I can enhance the aging process of cells, the incubation procedure could... Alright, I gotta go. If my sister asks if you've seen me, no you didn't. Thanks, bye.
Energetic young fella.
Indeed.
If you don't mind, Innkeeper, I'd like to linger here a bit and enjoy the moment.
Alright, we got information about Hex. Hex is a very impulsive wizard who loves chaos and everything unreasonable. He is one of the two smartest people in all of Asteria, with the other being his sister, who seems to be his complete opposite. Thanks to him, I also learned a new word, theopractically. It means practically in theory. Of course. Who else is coming in? Hey Fable! I'm glad you get to meet Scully. Hey Inkeep, how's it going? Well, fine and dandy. How about you, Fable? I'm still very busy helping the farmers rebuild their barns and fences. Also, apparently a bunch have lost their crops due to how hot the stars were. It's terrible. Seeing all this destruction is terrible.
I've never seen anything like this before either. Historically, the Lady of the Gilded Sea never struck me as someone to unleash baneful omens. Apologies, my manners. It's impolite to burst into a conversation like that. I'm Scully.
Fable.
Nice to meet you, Fable. Again, my apologies for my impulsivity.
That's alright. I was just surprised you could actually talk. No offense, I just thought, usually...
None taken. Usually skeletons don't speak.
Yeah, practically they don't. Oh, you're already using it? Yeah, practically? Practically in theory. Exceptions confirm the rule. You sound like a wizard. Please don't say that. Okay, let's pretend I didn't. Scully, how did you like his drinks?
Surely an experience. I can feel it gurgling in my bones.
Sometimes they do that. Could you also make me a drinking keeper? I don't want my bones to jingle, but something that enhances my finesse would be nice. You know, you have to be really delicate with zucchini seeds or they'll give up immediately. Of course, coming right up. You just want the same thing you always want? Yes. Fable's never gonna change. Fable's always gonna want the Swift Strike. And that's fine. You know, if you like your thing, no sense in changing it. It does lean into their character a little bit, specifically because they came in and were like, I don't like change. So it makes sense they're gonna stick with the thing that they know they like. There's a comfort in that. The elf's non-binary. Here's all the pronouns. The dwarf, she, her. The vampire, he, him. Fables, they, them. Carolyn's she, her. Malachite is he, they. Lithia's she, her. Jade is she, her. Iniko is they, them. Hex is he, him. And then Scully is he, him. And Melina is she, her. Scully is a Maida and the personification of a gentleman, and he's, well, dead. Or at least, he was dead for quite some time before he rose again, but contrary to his fellow undead, he returned conscious. Yeah, I always like when they have pronouns in the bios. God, look at how many notes we have. Jeez. Ding. Hope this tastes refined enough. This is perfect. You know just what I need, Innkeeper. Of course I do. After all, you're my favorite regular. I am? Yes. And you're my favorite innkeeper. Thank you, Fable. So, do you think your farm work will be done soon? Oh, I hope so. Not that I don't like helping them out, I do, but I think the sooner everyone can get back to normal life, the better.
Do you perhaps need a hand? I happen to have two. And I might know a thing or two about crops and fences.
Sure, I could use some help carrying a few things over to Trigarn. My treehouse is just around the corner.
Splendid. Sounds like a quite useful endeavor. I'll gladly indulge.
Thank you. Innkeep, before we go, I have something I wanted to give you. What do you have for me, Fable? Some dried honey flowers. The farmers didn't know how to thank me, so they gave me these flowers. And you're always so helpful and nice, so I wanted to share them with you. I'm sure you already have at least 4 ideas on how to use them. Thank you very much, Fable. I'll make sure to put them to good use.
So you accept donations for ingredients?
Certainly. I could only get a hand on so many infusions myself.
What about recipes themselves?
It's always good to get more inspiration.
Wonderful. In my prior life, I had access to a lot of books about magic and potion mixing. I think I still recall my assistant's favorite recipe.
Do you store it under your hat? First snow. Ooh, that looks good. Big defense. Like the sun reflecting off a frozen lake, the first snow makes you feel comfortable and safe, embracing you with its frosty taste. In between hot chocolate and frozen glaciers, you'll find yourself well equipped to hike into the snowy mountains. Between hot chocolate and iron glaciers, or frozen glaciers. Yeah, Fable's great. Like I said, my favorites are Fable and Carolyn. Jade is cool, but very, very sassy. And, mostly just doesn't care. Kinda. But has cool Jade prosthetics, which is neat too. That's big.
Of course, where else would I keep it?
Fair enough. Thank you for the recipe.
Innkeeper, thanks for being such a patient and pleasant host. I shall be on my way then, with Fable. But I'll be back should I not crumble into a pile of bones from one day to the next.
Let's hope not.
I won't. I'm just joking around.
I hope I wouldn't want to be responsible for that. Anyway, Innkeeper, thank you so much. You're still the highlight of my day, no matter how dark the night. See you around. Let's go, Scully. No time to lose. Fable's just the most adorable. There's a people in Peel and people who don't give a fuck? Yeah. I thought this was a bug for a second. But I think you just have your thing back. Oh, who do give a fuck. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I misread that. That I was able to bear witness to such rarity in my lifetime. Immaculate.
You'd even get excited about a rusty nail.
Of course I would. Such a splendid chemical process. That's a funny line.
Metals have a wide variety of chemical processes. Rust my least favorite of them. Runs a lot of hard work.
Does it now?
Yep. Makes everything porous.
Oh. Kyle, Rhea, nice to see you both again.
Likewise, dear Innkeeper. How has your day been?
Can't complain. Had some interesting customers today.
Ah, like that one distinguished gentleman who crossed us on our way in?
Distinguished, yeah. Gentlemen don't know. Giant top hat doesn't make you a gentleman. Makes you a gentleman. Manners.
He was quite polite, I recall. Greeted me with the tip of his hat.
You find everyone polite, even your slime.
But Mr. Slime is quite polite. What a peculiar wall clock you have there.
I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. Don't think about it.
Looks just like the clock in Evelyn's living room. Reminds me of all the times I impatiently waited for her to come home after important meetings and banquets. Do you know if that is her clock by any chance?
I think that might be a story for another time. Let's not worry about it now, shall we?
Okay. Oh, maybe this is a bug. I thought this was, like, worked into the story. I thought this was worked into the story that you had your invisibility cloak back. You don't have your invisibility cloak back. The game is just crashing. Can I save? Okay, it's fine. We got to save down. And wait, maybe that was a different program I had up? Maybe that was Vegas. That might have been Vegas. Vegas might have been up in the background. Not yet, no. Tragic, I've always loved writing letters. Huh. Like if I load, let's load. Let's load. This is the one I just did, right? This one. This is the one. No, that's the autosave. It'd be New Horizon. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Let's load. Okay, no, that was a bug. That was a bug. That was not intentional gameplay. Okay. I was so sure. I was like, well, the invisibility cloak's back. That's gotta be what it is. Also, did you get a new outfit? I don't recall this. Say, Innkeep, have you read that letter yet? That'd be a story I'd love to hear right now. Not yet, no. Tragic. I've always loved writing letters.
Okay, you got a drink for me, something that'll make me tougher? So I can get through the day's babbling. Of course. My god, that was wild. That was absolutely wild. Something that'll make you tougher. I might give you the first snow. I've always been giving you the, what is it? Frosted Lagoon. But I'm gonna give you the first snow instead. Well, no, you don't need speed. No, you probably still want the Frosted Lagoon. You'll need speed. I mean, you probably just specifically want, yeah, anything with 3 defense in it. So. Ding and ding. You might need a little bit of the charisma, so. That's what I'm talking about, a gift to the great dragons. Well, thank you. Gave it my best. Taste that, I feel sturdier already. I had doubts about you, Innkeep, but I must say, you know your job. How's the day been for you two? As usual. Splendid. It was my first day in centuries out under the rays of the sun. How did you like it? It's brighter than I thought. The light of the sun, I mean. Rhea and I took a day trip to the capital, since I rarely get to see it in full of daily life. There were so many people. Too many. Just the right amount for a city. It was so vivid, it almost made me feel alive. And everyone was able to admire my beautiful cape. Oh yeah, Sage, thank you for the clip. Yeah, I itchy. Is that the cape? The cape of visibility? It absolutely is. How curious. Does that mean you two are going to Beruvia now? Huh? Why would we want to go there? That was the deal. I help you get your cape. So you can attend that fancy Peruvian vampire banquet and I get me gold's worth. Oh, but I got that invitation about 500 years ago. Didn't I mention that? No. What about me material then? Well, I can give you the gold right now if you want. Can you accompany me a while longer though? Fine. Oh, wonderful. Every second I spend with you brings me tremendous joy. What a great day to be a vampire. Got my cape back and I can walk under the sun like mortals do. Say, Innkeeper, what if you thought of a new drink? One that would taste just as incredible as the gentle and welcoming beams of sunlight feel on your skin. That's kind of a vague description, but I think I might have something in mind. Peak Sunrise. Ooh, that looks yummy. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's the drink I wanted. Yeah, it's the drink I wanted. Green and purple with a little bit of orange. That sounds good. Sweet drink that feels like standing on a tall mountain's peak. While this drink focuses on intelligence, adventurers may feel infused with the confidence and agility it takes to climb their favorite mountain range. Unsurprisingly popular with climbers and boulderers. Ah, wonderful. I wonder if my dear Evelyn would desire to walk in the sunlight as well. Do you know how she is doing? Do you think I could pay her a visit? You shouldn't. I should. The air smells like reconciliation. Think that's a good idea? It ain't. It is. Golly, you stole her, cape. Think she'll greet you with open arms? You know what I'd do to me ex-husband if me ex-husband stole me hammer? What? Take it and smash all he holds dear. No one takes what's mine. Well, the cape is mine. Is she of the same opinion, you think? Oh. Maybe you're right. It would be a shame to lose my cape again. All she'd have to do is ask. Oh, my undead Evelyn. There's never been a wish of hers I turned down. And I wouldn't to this day. I wanted to have whatever you have with her. Lose my mind. Well, yeah, I know. Oh, how much I miss her. My heart is aching. That's all. Maybe one day she'll reach out to me. I still miss her dearly. And I shall miss her evermore, looking toward the mountain's peak, knowing she's merely a gasp away. Maybe a drink could help for now. Oh, would you do that? A drink for me? More information about Kyle? The curse of being a vampire is outliving pretty much anyone you'll ever meet, so it's not surprising that Kyle seems to fight with abandonment issues. He has seen a few people die of old age after all. Nonetheless, he is still very attentive to others, perhaps to cherish the time he has left with them. Of course. Something strong, please, dear innkeeper, so that my heart may stop aching soon. What's that name? It's a vampire name, you know? Easy. So you just want some of that. I mean, Southern Brawler, you know, seems pretty good. You don't need any of that, though. Southern Brawler it is. 1, 2, 3, and bop. I haven't really had a reason to make many of the other drinks yet. Time for more sips. Ah, good water. Can't mend your broken heart, but perhaps this helps. It does. Thank you, dear innkeeper. Why don't you tell the innkeep more about your day, hmm? Right, I suppose I wasn't done yet. Where was I? Trip to the capital, busy streets, bustling with people. Roots. Roots? Roots. We admired the roots that enclosed the city almost like a rampart. I finally had the chance to take a closer look. Quite fascinating. Or once, gotta agree. Almost made me believe the myths were true. Myths? Myths, I told you. Rumor has it those are the roots of the Aether Tree. Breaking through the surface and taking hold of Gaia where they guard the capital. Ah yes, a very good defense plan indeed. Oh, there's new channel point stuff? Yeah, there's new channel point stuff. Or not channel point stuff, but bit stuff. That's been in for a bit. Leafy's done it on stream before, Hemlock. They're not very impressive. I haven't seen anyone legitimately use them anywhere. What is wood going to do to protect a city? A city's protected with stone. Oh. I was never very involved in fortification efforts. I figured. Oh. Oh. We've almost met the lovely Seraph again. How are her investigations coming along? Very well, she seems eager and determined, a detective spirit. Maybe the last made her way to Dalwell, she seems to be on to something. Can't wait to hear the story when she returns. Likewise. Say, Rhea, can we go to town and check out the antiques dealer? Boy, why? I want to see if I can find any keepsakes from the old times. Rhea's just getting dragged around on all of this. Very well then, but you won't munch on the shopkeep, will ya? Of course not, I'm well satiated from the innkeeper's creation. Alright then, let's go. Goodbye, innkeep. Enjoy your shopping spree. Hi? Hello? Also, puppy, do you have a Cerberus? Those two feel like a sitcom? They basically are. You have my attention. Whoa, look at these tattoos. You have my attention. 1 second, let me drink. If this is the other vampire, I'm in trouble. The next time you see me, I'll look like a raisin. Well met, adventurer. Do my eyes deceive me? Minthy in the flesh. Hello, darling innkeeper. It's good to see you again. Certainly has been a while. Must be fitting. It must be hitting that 15-year mark, right? Be 25 years soon, actually. So you know how I am when it comes to keeping track of time spans longer than a decade. I'm well aware. Good that you have to drop in from time to time. Good that you have me to drop in from time to remind you, hmm? Couldn't be more grateful. Especially when you bring Casket and Kane. The cute service beast still get a discount here. Oh, it's a service puppy! Working doggo! Thank you for the quote. Always. So, what brought you back to the area? It's not your usual haunt. No, I generally prefer something more... moist? Huh. Not the word I'd have used. But something akin to that. It's definitely too arid around these parts for my taste. And here I thought I would get to enjoy at least the recent downpour, but no. Stuff that came pouring down was... unique. That's one way to put it. Destructive is another, and possibly more accurate. But I'm glad to see that your tavern hasn't suffered the same fate as many of the streets and buildings I saw on my way here. Admittedly, the journey was already quite challenging to navigate with my wheelchair before. Also wheelchair character? Wheelchair character with service dog. This is cool. Now, the scenery has always been worth the struggle. But now, I'm afraid it wasn't possible to take in much enjoyment from the passing landscape. Not when I had to pay so much attention to not endanger myself and my sweet service beasts. No, it's one dog. They didn't say beast. Well, I mean, I think it's just the Cerberus. I think that's the thing. I mean, it has red eyes. Told me of your struggles with traveling before. Sorry to hear that recent events have made it worse. Oh well, we're here now, aren't we? No, they said beast. In that particular version of the text, it said beast singular. And I do have to say, using the primordial vortex as a way to skip your veranda's stairs is a marvelous accessibility touch. Using the primordial vortex as a way to skip your veranda's stairs is a marvelous... That sounds awesome! Just portals for accessibility? Quite the impressive work, my friend. Glad to hear that my little spells are doing their job. We cast a portal spell to make our place accessible. That's great. Portals for everyone, yeah. Hope the cities will put similar care into rebuilding the streets. Flatter cobblestones would do wonders for many people like me. But believe it or not, I didn't come all this way to talk about the development of inclusivity in urban infrastructure. You can, though! That's a cool conversation that needs to be had more. No, really? Shocking, right? I'm here on the hunt, one could say. What do you have your eyes on? Protection pearls. I've heard of a few hushed whispers in my library. Folks say the pearls appear in the lonesome lagoon this time of year. Ah, those again. Good hunting, then. Thank you. So, while the pearls might be my main objective, I haven't decided to come to town with only a singular purpose. I need to ask you for something, innkeeper. Good drink? No, my manuscript, darling. I believe 25 years should have been time to proofread it, yes? Ah, of course. Finished devouring the manuscript almost as soon as you gave it to me. Just took me a while to recall doing so, you see. Since it's been so long since I definitely got done with that. Lovely. Glad I have such a reliable old friend to proofread my work. Would you like a drink while I try to engage my brain cells and remember where I put it? If you're offering, I'd be pleased to accept. Perhaps something to refresh my mind after my journey? Do my best. So... you? You're not added into the list yet. Not yet. Okay. God, look at how many notes we have. So many. Alright, so you want big brain. Big brain it is. Big brain. Let's see. The other thing needed for, oh, I have to scroll now to get the nebula. Yeah, it's just that. Boom. Does Andu just really like this one? Thought very hard about making the perfect drink for you. Huh, I've missed this. Good to see your mixing skills haven't diminished one bit. In fact, I think I might be coming up with an idea for a new story. You also said it's been 25 years, so... I'm guessing you're not human. That's my guess. Who just leaves their manuscript with a friend for 25 years and doesn't come back and get it? Let me note this down really quick. You're a writer? Take your time. So, while I enjoy your mixology, no matter what you put in front of me, I'd enjoy it more if you could recall the location of my very precious manuscript. You know, the one I lovingly worked away at for almost half a century whilst my library came to be. Okay, definitely a librarian. Certainly. Should be just below this pile. No, wait, I must put it over here. Alright, given this ongoing battle with your organizational habits, it might take you a bit longer to recover it. And I have some pearls to get to. So how about this? I'll return in around 7 days, and then I can tell you about my pearl hunt in exchange for my manuscript. My proofread manuscript. That would be helpful. Good. It was nice seeing your weary face again, innkeeper. Likewise, Minty. Have a safe and pearlful journey. Huh, I'll try. They were cool. 7 days should be enough to read a manuscript, right? New quest. Okay, so it's this one. Zoford docks are a popular viewpoint for animals interested in the nighttime vista. Surely only a sea witch can be responsible. There's slight unrest in Zoford. Rumor has it an archmage is looking for their familiar who went missing. Carolyn's grand great sword once belonged to her grandmother. Allegedly, it's a gift from the dragons themselves. Very impressive if true. Wait, what? I mean, it has to be these three. It's the only ones I have 3 of. Wait, there are a lot of people in Zoford. I thought they were color coordinated, but possibly not. Slight unrest, or has the archmage is looking for a familiar, popular viewpoints for animal. Surely a sea witch can be responsible. There are a lot of people. Someone is bound to know something about missing familiars. What are they hiding? Cause this... Yeah. Yeah, no, not that. Okay, it's gotta be this. There's slight unrest in Zoford. Rumor has it an archmage is looking for their familiar who went missing. See, I thought these two went together because they both have the little fire logo and they're burnt, but I don't think so. They did say they made this whole thing harder, so maybe this is part of it. I'm gonna write that up. Scandal in Zoford. The lively port city of Zoford is known not only for its docks, but also for its large community of mages. Lately, there seems to be something mysterious going on. Familiars of several archmages have gone missing and are nowhere to be found, but it's a big city. There must be someone who knows something. There's supposed to be related to the tale of the sea witch who cursed Zoford's docks. There we go. Here, go Andu. Enjoy your Scooby snack. Look at those eyes. Beautiful. Alright, crossing the threshold. Boom. Hey, Fable. Morning, innkeeper. Could you please make me a drink? Need something to wake me up and help me feel agile again. Of course, Fable. Alright, you want the same thing? Boom. 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 Despite me having to make this so many times for them, I still forget what it's defense. It's always defense. We gotta remember that. And a little bit of intelligence? Yeah, and a little bit of intelligence. Just a wee bit. They're addicted. They do like it. It's their comfort drink. Thank you. I feel much better already. Long night. Very. Turns out there are a lot of farmers who needed help. Regret offering it? Not at all. I really enjoy being able to help people. Before I just used to wish I could help, but I never felt competent enough to try. I feel ya. It's fun to try. A bit exhausting at times, but I think I much prefer this over waiting around. I still could use a bit more practice, though. That's fair. Just make sure you also practice taking breaks. You'll have a much easier time helping other people if you're not close to passing out yourself. That's what I have your drinks for. My drinks are not a gateway to burnout. I admire your kindness, Fable, but you too should fall under the umbrella of people you're being kind to. I mean, I am pretty good at falling. I'm pretty good at a lot of things. I try. I know. Stay and have a rest now, okay? Okay, thank you. Hi? I smell the rich and or nobility upon you.
Good day to you, innkeeper.
Day to you too, adventurer.
Yes, an adventurer, that is what I am indeed. I come here seeking a drink.
What a coincidence. I do happen to have some of those in stock. What can I get you?
What kind of drinks do adventurers usually get?
Whatever drink they desire.
Then, well, I could do with something that tastes good.
Of course.
Perhaps something that could protect me from my foes. Defense is the base of every adventurer's skill set, is it not?
Possibly. Let's try it out. I think this is Gondola's pick. Luckily, Gondola's not here to hear that. Let's go for you. And you. And also, Raxby and Leafy aren't here either to tell Gondola. It's perfect. Huh, big sips. Alright. Ding. Liquid protection against your foes, now for half the price. Thank you so very kindly. What is that? Do you like it?
Well, yes, of course.
You should say so.
I apologize, I forgot to do the thing where you say your words out loud.
I get that. Now that you've acquired a drink, care to introduce yourself?
How incredibly rude of me to forget. I am Gustav Archibald Richmond III, son of Lord Gustav Albert Richmond II and Lady Dorothea Bridget the 27th. An up-and-coming hero from Windmore, and who might you be?
The up-and-coming up-and-coming innkeeper of Zenith. Happy to have you here. And I'm Fable, of the Ashen Grove.
You're Fable?
Yes? Is that a bad thing?
The Fable that saved Tregarn from werewolves?
The very same.
Wow, what an incredible pleasure it is to meet you. I've heard so many great things about you.
Well, good things, I hope?
Of course! They said you single-handedly persuaded the werewolf to give up his wicked ways and reunited a family.
That's one way to put it, for sure. They do have a way with words.
Incredible, a true hero indeed. They spoke of you helping with the aftershocks of the Starfall as well.
I mean, that's a given. I need to help out when I can.
You truly have the heart of a folk hero. How admirable.
What about you, Lord Gustav Archibald Richmond III? What are you a hero of?
Well, I'm currently leaving my backstory era. I'm in the first act, so to speak, of my journey to becoming a full-blown adventurer.
Later, Sage. Have a good night.
Had a bit of a late start, but I shall catch up with haste. Also, Archie is just fine. You don't have to say the whole thing every time.
Alright, there's Gustav.
24 swashbuckler. Archie is the noble son of an influential family from Windmore. He's quite out of touch with reality, growing up around books instead of everyday people. He wants to experience the adventurous life he's always read about, especially after hearing tales of Fable the folk hero.
Hydrate? I will hydrate again. It's never a bad call. Read Gustav's lines as Duff? Okay. Well, Archie, if it's haste you're looking for, I can help with that. Someone gifted me some golden feathers a few days ago. Prepared as an infusion for the right drink that can hasten you up in no time.
Really, that's spectacular. I always thought those things were myths or legends you only read about in books.
Do you read a lot?
You know, not that much.
You should. You sound like someone who enjoys adventure and books full of them.
They are. I'm just too cool for books.
Books are cool.
You think so?
Yes, I do. I mean, look at the Innkeeper's Journal. It's super cool.
The coolest. Oh, well, actually, maybe I do read quite a bit. I'm sorry for being so weird about it.
Don't worry. We're all a little weird sometimes. What kind of books do you like?
Anything full of adventurers and heroes and adventuring heroes. They're just like me. Obviously, my parents would much prefer if I read about other things, such as books on etiquette or the newspaper. I'm sure they would love it if I wrote a dissertation on the intricacies of the Diria negotiations or even become a diplomat myself. But I think I would fare much better as a savior of this world, don't you think? Diria negotiations, I'm unfamiliar. It's all terribly boring, really. They're renegotiating trade routes due to the collapse of Canal Bridge that was hit by a horde of spinal rhinoceroses. Not going all that well because they can't agree on who should pay for the repairs, the mainland or Diria itself. Just thinking about it puts me to sleep. Perhaps we should get back to more exciting topics. Diplomatic collapse. How do you plan to start off your hero's journey? By doing something heroic. What's something heroic? You can start by helping the local farmers. They're still rebuilding their homes and relocating their cattle as we speak. Great idea. How much gold should I give them? Gold? I mean, sure they wouldn't mind gold, but I was thinking about lending them a hand, you know, physically? Their literal hands? Ah, okay, so I would go to the farmers and ask them what they need help with. Of course, that sounds... I shall figure it out. Thank you for the inspiration, Fable. It has been an honor meeting you. I hope we shall cross paths again. Till my next quest, Innkeeper. Till then. Bye-bye. Forever? Yeah, forever. That was... adorable? Weird. Not because of him, he heard about me? Being a hero? That doesn't sound right. But you are a hero. Not really, I didn't even do that much yet. Not enough to inspire anyone, really. There are much greater heroes than me out there. Wasn't impressed by other heroes, he was impressed by you. That's nice. You don't sound very happy about it. I am, it's really flattering, I just don't think I did enough to deserve his praise. I'm just some elf. It's not for you to decide who's impressed by you and who isn't. I'm personally going to keep bragging about knowing Fable, the great hero of the Ashen Grove and savior of Tregarn. Alright, I get it. Thank you, Inkeep. I'll try better to accept compliments. Yeah, it's an important thing, I know it can be hard, but... you know. Good. Oh, hey, Malachite. And Melly! Hello, Innkeeper. Hello, Fable. Hello, Melly, and hello, Malachite. It's good to see you both again. Likewise. Right, Mal? Can offer you two a drink? Actually, can offer us a quest. Talking about the one you just picked up by any chance? Your incredible deduction skills strike again. Only trying to match wits here. Hee. So you're interested in saving those poor familiars? I am. Missing familiars, silent wizards, clues leading to a seemingly dead end. That sounds like a case for the world's greatest detective. And her sneaky assistant. They do sound like a great team. They're not a team. They are going on the quest together. They are not. Then why are you here? She didn't want to come here alone. Said she can't reach the quest board. And I needed a drink anyway. But she could reach the quest board! She grabbed it! So you're sending Melly on a quest alone? As is customary. That's how the Shadowbanes have always handled it. Melly isn't part of the Shadowbanes. She wishes to walk the path of thieves. So she must embrace their lifestyle. I think she's trying to walk the path of a detective. And that just sounds dangerous and negligent. I agree. You're not coming with me? No. Why not? I just explained that. Badly? But you have to come with me. Why? It's clearly a job for two people. There's no job that can't be done alone. What if I need someone to sneak into the crime scene to gather evidence? Didn't you want to go on this quest to test your stealth training? What if I get nervous? What if I get to be stealthier? What if none of the familiars want to talk to me? I don't know, Melina. And what if I come back and you've been eaten by a T-Rex? Who cares? Oh, it's because you have trauma over your parents getting eaten by a T-Rex, so now you're scared Malachite's gonna get eaten by a T-Rex. Oh. I do. The T-Rex threat is much lower in Zoford. I think you should go. I think you should go. I think you should mind your own business. And I think you should make better decisions. Ooh! That was wild, for sure. Melly is right. You two make a good team, especially for this case.
So stop hiding from the imaginary T-Rex of emotional vulnerability and just go on this familiar-themed vacation. You might even enjoy it. Damn. Malachite gets served every single time they come in here. If not by Fable, by me. Listen, Melina, even if I wanted to come with you, I couldn't. I've got obligations, things to do. You're a thief. You don't have fixed working hours. You don't have any other friends waiting around for you. Maybe not, but I do have a sheepfish to take care of. You have a sheepfish? I do. His name is Rufus, and he doesn't do well alone. Plus he needs to be fed, and to do his daily crossword puzzles, otherwise his wood will get strawy. Oh, well, you're right. You can't just leave Rufus alone. You'll get lonely. Yeah. I can take care of Rufus. What? Well, I live nearby, and I'm very good with animals and pretty decent at crossword puzzles. Sounds like an excellent idea. What if Rufus doesn't like you? He will, certainly after one of Fable's famous lullabies. You sing. So, sometimes? Maybe you can sing a song about how Mal and Rufus got eaten by a T-Rex while the familiars booed me out of town. I think I'd prefer a song about you and Malachite saving those familiars instead, right, Mal? Fine. But just this once. See it as a final exam for your training. Yay! That sounds fun! Wonderful. So do you two need any help on your quest? Don't know. What do you think, Detective? Well, it's great that you would ask, Mighty Assistant. Please don't call me that. Okay, Mighty Mal then. No. How about John? Sure. So, John, thanks for asking. I've studied the quest given to us closely. And I have come to the conclusion that there's only one option. Did you just change your name again? There's a classic case of finding the right clues sprinkled through the witnesses' testimonies and piecing them together correctly. The townsfolk, the wizards, the familiars, they all have different conflicting information, and we'll need to collect and untangle it all to see the whole picture. But to achieve that, we need to be charismatic enough to get the truth. And for those who still refuse to talk to us out of guilt or fear, we'll need to activate our stealth powers for those hidden clues ourselves. Also, we should be quick so they won't destroy any evidence. I can offer you some of your golden feathers. They do come with the sweet aftertaste of haste. That way you should be able to make it to Zoford much quicker. Great idea! You underestimate the severity of the situation. You did change your name to John! They're just John now! I was just instead, John. I agree with the stealth part. We could use a hint of dexterity to make sure we remain unseen for as long as possible. But I believe our focus should be on overpowering whoever is responsible. If they're making familiars disappear, they won't be interested in a discussion, not a fair one at least. We should fight first, ask questions later. Guess you got bored of the stealthy approach. Different problems require different solutions. Jacob and Jingleheimer? Yeah. If you're itching for a fight, may I recommend fresh Phoenix chilies? Some fire resistance could be a big advantage against wizards of familiars. Whether a fireball or fire breath, you wouldn't want to walk in unprepared. Does Ondu have fire breath? Technically yes, but he's usually too lazy to use it. It helps a bunch with roasting marshmallows, though. I'd love to try Ondu's marshmallows. I'll see if I can set something up for when you return. Thank you. I think some s'mores could also help convince those familiars to help us. That's ridiculous. A dagger would be far more convincing. I think both could work. Innkeeper, what do you think? They definitely need a little bit of dexterity for sneaking around, but what should they pair it with? Haste for a quick arrival and charisma for smooth talking, or pure strength and fire resistance. Haste and charisma. Let me think about it. Melly doesn't even, like, Melly knows how to use a greatsword, but, like, how big could a greatsword for Melly possibly be? I'm gonna go for big charisma. Big charisma. It's... speed and charisma? Do I even have a speed charisma? I don't think I do. But we could fix it with one of the infusions. So, let's put this in here. Think this is what I need? Or is it this? It's this. The feathers. Right? Golden feather, haste, yeah, okay. So now I just have to make the drink, which, if it's going to be one of these, it needs to be either a sunny breeze. I guess it could be a spoken heart. No, because it still needs a little bit of this in there. That doesn't work. First snow. I guess this? No, because it would need too much defense. 1,000 wins, maybe? Yeah, let's try this. So we fill it all the way up to there. There you go. And then we put in one more dash of this. There we go. And now we just add in this. There you go. Look at that. Look at how much defense and stuff you got too. Looks beautiful to me. That should work, I think. Like, it has a little bit too much speed, but that's fine. This is not the right drink. It has to be a recipe that fits. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. I guess... let's take that out. Let's pour some of this out. There we go. So... pour that back in. Put you in. Okay. But yeah, it wouldn't have enough... that. Can I put more than one infusion in? No. Yeah, how is this one supposed to work? Huh. Do I not like... do I just like straight up not have the one for this? Maybe if I do this? Okay. So this needs to be 2. But yeah, this isn't gonna work because how could you be missing it? Am I missing something? Because for this one I can't add that stuff because the recipe has to be exactly right. Or do you mean like how would I be missing the drink recipe? Yeah. Cause like if I just pour all of this out. Alright. We put this here. Boom. Alright. So what could I possibly make? So I need to be able to add in one more of this. Like it needs to be 2 there. That's what they say. Right? Or not? Oh, I think they're saying I don't need the second one. Okay, so the reason I thought this required 2 is because earlier I just had 1 speed in there, so I thought that was like filling in on like, oh, you have 1 out of 2 required speed. But no, it's saying I just need 1 speed. Okay. That's where I was confused. Okay. It still needs to be something that has, speed and charisma, though. So... Because otherwise none of the recipes work. So this is still weird. Because I don't think I can just make this, for example. Oh, maybe? I'll see if they'll let me make it. Alright, let's pour this out. Okay. So, let's just try to make a sunny breeze. There we go. So that's finished. And then I just need to add you. Oh. What? Oh, because it was minus. There we go. Okay. Okay, so that's how it ends up working out, because the feather actually takes the intelligence down a bit, so that's how you make the recipe actually work. Okay. Cool. Good to know. Good to know. Nah, you can't create new recipes. I think this case needs a delicate hand. The best detective work is achieved through clever conversation. Huh, you're spot on. Yes, this is how I die. Don't be so pessimistic. My drinks have your back. Do you think you're prepared to solve this case, detective? Yes, with your help, we'll complete the quest with haste. We'll be back soon. Best of snooping. Should go with them to pick up that sheepfish before they disappear into the night. Don't forget to sing him a lullaby. Rufus or John? Rufus. Right, obviously. I'm gonna go now. Bye, Fable. Have fun. Oh hey, you're back. I'm noticing some characters don't actually get added to our list. And you're one of them. Like, some of them are just gone. Oh hey, those are done now. Cool. Alrighty. Yeah, so looking at this, I realized what I was doing now. The Sunny Breeze, it did require one. I was thinking it didn't require any, and that's why it was going to screw things up, but now I see it just requires one. So this was the obvious one to go for. And it ended up perfectly working out because the Phoenix Quill did do -1 on the intelligence, so we had to do 3 to get it back up to at least 2 intelligence. Innkeeper. Chrissy, glad to see you're alright. Likewise, good to see you and the tavern are unharmed. It's quite the disaster out there, and I'm just passing through, don't have time to stay for long. I need to check on the cottage and the birds and Fable. Sure everything is as it was. The canopies of the grove are sturdy after all. Which is why I chose to make it my home, that and the landscape. Hope your trip was nice at least? Oh, it was. Felt good to recharge and refill the creative juices. We walked a lot actually, almost mapped out the whole island. We also hiked to the foot of the Borean Ridge, where the auroras touched the peaks. Heard the view was quite remarkable. It was. I'd never seen anything like it before. It was the first time I got to catch a glimpse of them. Also caught a glimpse of the infamous Banshee. Everyone told us to avoid the Lonely Lagoon because of her, but it's too beautiful to ignore. I doubt the Banshee means any harm. Everyone yearns for a friend after all, even scary monsters. It's lonely as a monster sometimes, everyone's scared of you. People shouldn't be. No one can choose who they're born as. We should accept them as they are. I have a few patrons who'd really appreciate hearing that. And I'd be happy to meet them. Speaking of which, I got you something. Oh. Remember the nymphs from which we last spoke? I do. I met one at an art convention. She was selling little homemade trinkets. That sounds... I want a trinket made by a nymph. Remember our conversation? I got you this. Oh! Thought you might appreciate it. I do. Thank you. It'll certainly always have a special place in my heart knowing it came from you. Oh, you're such a sweet talker, but you can't trick me into giving you my name. What would I want with names? Nothing good, that's for sure. But for realsies, I have to leave now. I've been gone for too long. Chrissy is also a top tier. Also, this would totally be Sage's character, but Sage has already left. I forgot Chrissy, because Chrissy's not on the list. See you around, Innkeep. See you around, Chrissy. Always. Cool. Now it is night time. Hi? What is this? That's you? Hey, Leafy. Hey, wow, you look great. I like what you've done with your hair. Baya, good to see you again. It's been a while. Yes, a while. A while. 6,000 years. More like 2 months. Oh, I thought I had hibernated longer. Hibernated? This time of year? It was for the Bloomtide Festival. Happens near my swamp every year during the Dreaming Moon. Druids and bards join together and search for the moon pools for 2 whole weeks. They dance, they laugh, they scatter pretty little flowers everywhere. They hope if they can satiate the land, it will lead them to the reflection of the cosmos. You mean the set of mythical lakes that's said to reflect all the 7 moons at once? Yes, ever since the Twilight Chasm portal opened within them, mere 30 years ago, travelers have become increasingly obsessed with bathing in their beauty. Such festivities sound exciting. No. They are loud, with their songs and their arguing about getting lost in the endless maze of the marshes. And they walk around with torches of burning ember that they swing too close to my precious vines. Why would you bring fire into a swamp? It is a little rude. But Leafy, this can't be you. I made you yesterday on stream, remember? You were the really good Olympic swimmer. Bobo. I also told Raxby today I may or may not have signed up for the Bobo Patreon, and Doka Crew may or may not appear in the game at some point. I'm not totally sure the specifics of how it works, but we'll see. Exactly. Oh, I saw your red eye. You know, I tried to join them one time. Their dainty flowers intrigued me, and I snuck up to them, dressed in my prettiest poison ivy adorned with thorns of the undying trees. And you know what they did. What? They chased me away with their fiery brooms, chanting "Demon be gone" from the top of their tiny lungs. So now I hibernate every dreaming moon. That way I don't have to listen to their jolly tunes. Okay, this character's funny. Look at the cry. Hey Bugs, welcome back. Look at this character. Maybe you should chase them out of your home. Maybe you should give them another chance. Maybe give them another chance. Very few Gaians are familiar with the creatures of the bogs. Only with the stories about their bone-crushing teeth. What's wrong with bone-crushing teeth? They think you might want to crush their bones with them. That would be so rude. They don't think that way. But I think if they got to know you, they'd like you a lot. After all, you make the best flower crowns in all of Gaia, maybe even all of Asteria. They sound perfect for a festival. You might be right. Maybe I'll greet them with some flower crowns next year. I could even open up a seasonal flower crown store. Look at that face! My husband called me up from my studio because there was a cute skunk in the yard I needed to see. Yeah, bone-crushing teeth are great. I'd definitely buy one. But right now I'm awake and thirsty. Do you have swamp water on the menu today? I'm all out, sorry. Too bad. Something else then. Oh, I know. Do you have those drinks that make you feel like an itsy-bitsy spider? I want to feel fast and dangly. In fact, I still do. Give me one moment. Okay, you want to feel like an itsy-bitsy spider. Boom. Yeah. Ding. Ding. Who's, Chrissy? Chrissy is the, like, dryad character that likes birds. I think I said the same thing Leafy said last stream. So we definitely have you pinned. Let's see. There we go. I'm guessing this is what you want. So I just posted in my Discord, top 5 Paper Mario 1000-Year Door characters my ex would have cheated on me with. Spider's agility in a cup, just for you. Oh, delicious. I feel like I could scale any spider web and devour any fly. Thank you, Wingkeeper. What woke you up from your slumber anyhow? The night sky fell into my dirt hut. Burned my favorite weeping willow to bits. I'm replanting it into many small sniffling willows. Seems right. I think Leafy did a typo then because I was typing it was a snake due to hissy. Ah. They are feasting upon the ashes of the stars that tried to extinguish them. It's a powerful nutrient. Sounds tasty. After the trees and winds and pill bugs calmed down, I had planned to go back to sleep. All that calamity made me awfully tired. But when I tried to sleep, all I could focus on was the feeling spreading in my chest. Heartburn? Loneliness. I thought I should get out there and advertise my new spa, because only crickets were visiting and they weren't very good at marketing. You know, maybe if people visited me instead of visiting them, they won't chase me off. So I went to where I knew people would use my services, the werewolf camp in the Ashen Grove. I didn't want to intrude on their personal space, of course. Krihisi would be a good name. Yeah, for a snake person? Oh yeah. If I ever make a snake VTuber. So I just hung the coupons up on pieces of thin red string in the nearby canopies. Together with some jolly little bells so the wind would announce their presence. Like little spells that draw you towards the nearest mud masks. I hope they'll visit me sometime. Didn't know you opened a spa. It's new. I want to share my flowers and mud and pools with everyone so we can all look beautiful together. Sounds wonderful, Baya. I agree. Baya seems cool. I like Baya. She, they. Bog creature. Druid. Moon swamp. Baya is an ancient swamp creature I've known for a long time. She is very sweet soul, but other people tend to find her terrifying, even attacking her. They love spiders and opened a swamp spa a while ago. Sadly, she hasn't gotten a lot of visitors yet. Oh, swamp witch that loves spiders. Baya's great. Can I leave some of my coupons here? Yeah. Thank you. Please hand them out to all your customers. We'll happily share this fantastic offer. Oh! Look, I just made the face. Baya's great. This is the closest thing to the characters I play in every campaign. It's a good choice. I love this character design. You can also just come here more often and hand them out yourself. But there's no one else here. Except the jackdaw. Do you want a coupon, little creature? I will leave one in your nest. No one's here because it's almost closing time, Baya. You have to come by earlier, during the day or earlier in the evening, or during events. But there will be people here. Yes, I believe that's the point. Too scary. I shall go now. Don't forget to hand out my coupons. Will do. Yeah, no, that's a great character. I love that character. Wonderful character. Wow, I think this is the first time we've played where I've done 3 days successfully. I just love characters with interesting designs, and that, I think, is probably the most interesting design in the game so far. The hat. The hat was amazing. Hey, Jade. Hey, Innkeeper. Hello. It's been a while since I've seen you around. Well, a week to be exact, and you already miss me? A little. Cute. Got my hands on a job all the way over in Diria. Seemed like something relatively easy but well paid. Or like something too good to be true. Not this time. Apparently the farmer just wanted it to be done quickly, so she offered a higher than average rate. I do love the tortoise. I hope we get information about the tortoise. I love the little face. Sounds like easy money. Yeah, I wish. You know, I think I could use a drink first. Something that'll bring back my usual speed and agility. I feel like this job drained me of all my energy. Only if I get to hear the rest of the story. Sounds like a good deal to me. It's because I slept before stream. That helps. And yes, and I keep getting charmed by new characters. Boom. 1, 2, 3. And it was just, yeah, intelligence and defense. That is what you wanted? Yeah. Intelligence looks so yummy. Let's hope this suits your tastes. Your drinks never disappoint. Glad to hear. Can definitely feel my senses coming back to me. I love your music. Made you a drink. Now it's your turn. Tell me about your latest job. Fine. Deal's a deal. Told you the client's a farmer, right? She has a large flock of two-headed sheep. Apparently that darn Starfall damaged their barn, and they somehow managed to break out of their enclosure. Didn't think they were that clever, honestly. Must be the two brains. Probably. Anyways, they got out right before their shearing appointment, and of course the farmer needed to get them back in time. Especially considering the rumors surrounding Dyria at the moment. Seem to be a dangerous place nowadays. Apparently an unusual amount of cattle have been going missing these last few weeks. So local folks have been keeping a closer eye on their locks and fences. Of course the farmer wanted her sheep to be safe, so she hired someone to bring her animals back. This sounds like music from, like, a Supergiant game. Someone being you. Obviously. Thought to myself, I'm a monster hunter. Handling animals is basically my job. See, a monster hunter is rather known for, well, hunting instead of handling. That was exactly the issue. Welcome to Hades? Pretty much. You know how stubborn two-headed sheep are? Let me guess, they're twice as stubborn as one-headed sheep? You got it. Impossible to get moving, impossible to startle. One head might be eating, but the other one's always watching you. But you did it, right? Expect you wouldn't be here if you hadn't finished the job? You're absolutely correct. I was at my wit's end. Imagine having fought hundreds, if not thousands, of beasts. And some sheep are the one enemy you can't win against. Sounds like an incredibly humbling experience. It was, trust me. Luckily, I got some help. Another adventurer saw me struggling and offered her assistance and knowledge. Or should I say a retired adventurer. Oh? Yeah, she was very insistent on that label. Some kind of astral finfolk. Must have lost her arm a while ago. Oh no. Back to the sheep. She told me there's apparently one thing that gets their full attention. You got any guesses on what that magical tool might be? I have no... Ah, look! Finfolk, Grandma! Morning dew clovers, to be precise. They go absolutely feral for 'em. A few will make 'em follow every single one of your commands. Someone with your experience should know that, innkeeper. You two know each other? Barely. Ha! Keep your secrets then, oh so mysterious innkeeper. I'm gonna buy her a drink after she helped me out back there. Didn't expect you two to be friends, honestly. Best friends? You got that one wrong, Jade. I never befriend someone like him, I have taste. That was unnecessarily rude of you, Una. You didn't even consider my feelings. Consider me sorry, innkeep. Apology accepted. Speaking of taste, what about your drinks? I know you've always liked experimenting with potions and other suspicious liquids. Look like you finally made it, huh? Indeed. I think I got the hang of it. What are you waiting for? Your old rival's waiting for a drink. Preferably one that will restore my energy. Those sheep made my old bones all wobbly, and I don't like feeling so weak. Gotcha. See what that old magic has to offer. Where he might not like it, but his drinks are actually really good. I bet. I'll just take that as a compliment, I suppose. Okay, Una's new. Una is new. Okay, so you want a, I could give you a sailor's courage. Sure, we'll give you a sailor's courage. We'll give you a sailor's courage. Here you go. 1, 2, 3. And then a little bit of defense. And a little bit of charisma. Oh wait, that's not enough. Wait, did I look at the wrong one? Oh, I need like a bigger glass to do this one. Or I need to be able to put something in it, like an infusion. Yeah, wait, I was looking at the wrong one. So we're just making a Southern Brawler. Yeah, I mean, the Sailor's Courage basically just has that added in. So yeah, these you would need an infusion to make. Okay. Ding. Oh, wow. Impressed. I'll get cocky now. have to be shy, you can just admit I've improved. So, Una, Jay told me you're retired now? Had enough of the adventuring business?
Absolutely. Don't want to have anything to do with that anymore. Completed enough quests for at least 2 lifetimes.
Yet you decided to help Jade.
Never had to handle a 2-headed sheep.
Not yet. Lucky you.
Lucky indeed. Just couldn't watch her struggle with those stubborn beasts any longer, but this was a one-time exception.
Farm repay accordingly, after your morning dew clover's magic trick? Oh, absolutely. She was so happy she gratefully played both of us. It's good to hear. She even tipped us with some gems she supposedly found in one of her fields. But I'm a Maida. I don't have any use for stones like those.
Since I'm retired, I couldn't care less about material riches.
So we figured we'd give them to you instead. I wouldn't tell that pretentious blonde dragon priestess if I were you. Feels like a blasphemous gift. Oh, divine gems. A little blasphemous indeed. Fusion unlocked. Citron. This rare gemstone can only be found in the well-hidden eastern parts of the Forbidden Valley, said to be favored by the dragons due to the incredibly divine properties. I think I know just the right way to use them, thank you. Don't mention it.
Now that we're done here, I can finally get back to crocheting for the rest of my life. Didn't get this hook put in for nothing. Of course, I also occasionally gotta rip some youngsters off while playing cards. Haven't lost a game in 4 decades.
Okay, Una seems cool too. I also like Una. I've been rivals with Una long before this story even began. She was an adventurer back then, but is retired now. Even put a crochet hook onto the stump of her arm. But there are things about her that'll never change. I'm pretty sure she'll never stop stacking that deck. Yeah, the hook is cool. I'm glad we got more context about it. It is just a crochet hook. That's remarkable. Or impossible, for someone who's playing fair. I think your lucky streak will end with me today. I've also never lost a game in at least a decade.
Are you challenging me to a duel?
Absolutely. Whoever loses has to pay for the next round of drinks.
That's the spirit. I like you, bounty hunter. Don't come crying to me after I annihilate you.
You wish. Jade, be on guard. You worried about me? Cute. There's no for a fact that Una's a master at cheating. I doubt that's changed. You're saying you've lost against her. More than once, yes. Pathetic.
Hey, you talking about me?
Listen, Innkeep, if your opponent is obviously cheating like she was, you can't beat them fair and square. You gotta beat them at cheating. Now watch how a real master does it. Okay. Enjoy your cheating card game. Raxby played a game about this today. Oh my god, look at this himbo. Oh my god. Hello. Innkeeper, I have returned. Welcome back, Miss Anwar, and welcome... This brave adventurer's name is Claymore! Claymore! That's such a dumb name! He's offered unexpected support during my quest. Happy to hear that. Thank you so much on behalf of, the world. Yes, of course, the world, Mr. Clay. Just Clay is alright. Are you okay, Clay? Yes, I'm just a bit sad, but that's okay. Not every day can be sunshine and ferrets. Yeah, we don't have a lot of ferrets around here, sorry. He'll be okay. One's first quest can sometimes be a bit much. It wasn't my first quest, I just don't like when there's fighting. You were very good at it. I know, but I like it more when we all get along in the end. Evil can't be reasoned with. Not everyone you disagree with is evil. Wise words. Can offer you two a drink in exchange for hearing about what you encountered? Suppose that's fair. Clay, what would make you feel better? I don't know. How about one of those drinks with ingredients? You look strong. How about something extra for those muscles? That sounds nice. Let's go with that. You just remind me of Jonah from Boyfriend Dungeon. 1 minute. Big stronk that doesn't like the violence? Alright. Didn't you say you wanted an infusion, though? thought you said you wanted an infusion. Okay. It doesn't say an infusion. I mean, I guess I can put one in, but... Let's give you a Sailor's Courage. I can make that pretty easily. We don't need to toss that. Okay, which one of the infusions do I want? Ability extraordinarily motivate other people. Haste. Why do I have two that just give inspiration? Interesting. Blessed, frost armor, invisibility, fire resistance. You can have some haste, I guess. Don't we need that, so. Okay, there we go. And I just need to add some defense. Sailor's Courage, there we go. Hey, Hikai J. Welcome in. Try this. Think it might make for a good ferret replacement. It stays strong and magic-y, but it's not as soft as petting a ferret. Still, I love it. I'll have to remember this one for next time. What is it called? Don't worry, I'll remember it for you. Thank you. Oh, look at the blush! Oh, Miss Anwar, what would you like? I need some of that liquid vigilance. Even in here, it's important to stay on guard. Will this be the right time to relax? There's no such time. Alright, then I shall aid you on your divine mission of not falling asleep standing. She looked mad. Okay, so you just want big defense, so you can get a Frosted Lagoon. You don't need anything special. And then it was Charisma? Yeah. Boom. Some liquid vigilance diluted with some delicious secret ingredients. Enjoy! I could do with something less diluted, but you're right, it's delicious. Happy to hear that. Now, I believe you have earned yourself a story. Please, go ahead. Clay, do you want to start? No, I think you should go first. I missed your whole investigation. I suppose that is correct. Well then, as you already know, Innkeeper, I plan to start investigating right here in Zenith. Specifically at the Fallen West Gate. It was a depressing sight to behold. So I've been told. I assume either Melina or the vampire caught you up on their observations. Both, actually, but Melly went into a lot more detail. Mostly about those wildfire badgers. Ah, yes, it was reckless of them to sneak after me like that. Glad I was there to save them. Me too. Fortunately, the rubble did not hide anything of value to me. But fortunately, thanks to your rumors, I was entirely without a lead. Wizard's prophecy led me to Dalwell. Yeah, the left glass has a six-pack. Isn't it great? Or should I say the Abandoned Isle, or Fairweather? The name changes depending on who you ask. Didn't know it had that many names, I always just called it Kelpie Island. Why? Because it's shaped like one. Probably the smartest approach. Kelpie Island or Fairweather, its name means very little to me. Its local settlement of Fae was much more relevant. They built everything into a giant sequoia that holds their portal to Avalon. The portal is in the tree? Yes, right in the center. They call it the Horizon Tree. It's beautiful. The Fae themselves were not as helpful as I'd hoped. They didn't seem to understand the severity of the situation. Instead, they were much more interested in trying to sell me their rubbish. Kept going on and on about how I desperately need one of their acorn amulets. When I inspected one, the magic was so chaotic I could barely concentrate on its aura. All it gave me was a headache, so I passed on the allegedly grand opportunity. Seems like you missed out on a good deal. Protective magic of the Seelie is no joke. Could have guarded you from squirrel attacks for the rest of your life. Dragons, you sound like them. I think an acorn amulet would be nice. You should make one. That'd be fun. Will you enchant it for me? Anytime. Anyhow, when I rejected their offer, they told me I was worse than an astral humpback whale. When I inquired into the meaning of that phrase, they told me that such a whale had destroyed one of their scouting camps just a couple days ago. and that apparently my rejection of their generous offer was a bigger slight. They didn't wish to elaborate further, but I had what I needed. No acorns, I assume. No, but a hint towards something that had caused unusual chaos very recently. Even if it had nothing to do with the Starfall, this creature clearly posed a threat to the settlement. So you... I'm not sure what you would have done next, actually. Go swimming for a whale? Of course not. One would not find such a creature in the ocean. Obviously, I knew that. But it can be summoned with a celestial summoning ritual. Which you know how to do? Naturally. So when night fell, I made my way to the nearby Carapace Beach and prepared to summon a whale. I don't mean to question your methods, but if you were going to summon an astral creature for answers... Couldn't you just have summoned Cassiopeia herself? She wouldn't know what's going on, I'm guessing. Are you out of your mind? Summon a dragon? The Realm Keepers have sworn a divine oath of neutrality that prevents us from directly interfering with the simple worlds of us mortals. Full might of their powers could disrupt the delicate balance of their cosmic design. Right, sorry, slipped my mind. You are forgiven. Unfortunately, my ritual is not as picture-perfect as I would have liked it to have been. I was not able to find any flimmering limpet shells, so I had to fall back to different ones, which means the protective properties were a bit out of balance. I knew this meant that the whale was likely to break out of the protective bounds of my summoning circle, but sometimes risks are necessary. Could have just waited for the tides to bring in new shells. I did not have time. Or the idea. I was prepared to defend myself. I did not need to waste time on alternative solutions. And except for the minor lack of protection, the ritual went off without a hitch. Normally the burning of the shells would have scorched my hands, but luckily I happened to be fireproof at that very moment. How convenient. I need more water. Ah, that's good water. When the last shell burned to a crisp, a colossal astral humpback whale appeared out of the sky in a wave of concerning darkness. Stars used to accompany them. I mean, there was one star. There was. The whale was even bigger than I had anticipated, almost as tall as the horizon tree. And in its stomach rested a giant sun, the only star of the night sky whose light had not been extinguished, nestled right in its belly. That sounds beautiful. No, it sounds dangerous. The creature was out of its mind the moment it fully materialized. I expected some initial hostility, but it did not even hesitate to attack me. Sounds like a very angry whale. Or a very hurt one. I admit it was a tough foe. Its bite was strong and coated in the fire of a swallowed star. It attempted to swallow me too several times. Most of its attacks could not damage me, of course. Thanks to your drink, it had no chance against my defenses. But it was still a massive beast, and my attacks alone were not enough to bring it down. That's where Clay came in? Exactly. My mace was in its maw, and we were locked in a contest of strength. When suddenly, someone pushed it into the waves, granting me a moment to collect myself. Moments later, Clay was by my side. Together we were able to vanquish the beast. Were you there for the whale too? No, I was collecting seashells. Seashells? Yes, for my friends. At this time of year, Kelpie Island is full of all kinds of sparkling floating animals from the astral sea. And they love munching on seashells. Do you encounter these creatures a lot? I try to. They're very nice. Usually, at least. But when I saw Tia fighting that whale, I had to step in. It looked terrified, you know. Every time the moonlight hit her armor, it bared its teeth, like it was trying to scare her off. After I pushed it out of her way, I thought I should try to calm it down. I tried communicating with it, told it to stop, but it seemed too scared to even hear me, or in too much pain. In pain? Every time it moved, it seemed to wince slightly, like when you carry logs all day and then someone asks you to help rearrange the kitchen. But I didn't have enough time to figure out what was wrong. It jumped right back at Tia and Tia right back at it. I did notice Clay trying to speak with it at first, and I considered stepping back for a moment, but I could not risk anyone else getting hurt. No doubt it would have ravaged the camp again, perhaps even the settlements. So you didn't manage to calm it down? No. I realized that I could only save one of them, so I pushed away my worries and helped Tia defeat it. He's a remarkable fighter. His incredible tenacity and brute force helped me defeat it quite quickly. Tia kept its attacks focused on her, and I dealt the final blow. When his weapon struck its body for the final time, it and the star in its belly exploded into stardust that then slowly settled into the Carapace Sea. It's like 1,000 tiny stars all now floating in the deep blue. And that does sound beautiful. It doesn't sound like you found the information you were looking for, Tia. I did not. I was hoping to examine its body, but all that was left were miniature stars, seemingly stuck to the waves, gently crashing into the sand. He is very wholesome. Like, extremely so. She was really frustrated, so I suggested we try talking to its ghost, like my granny likes to do. She said that astral whales don't have ghosts, which seemed wrong to me. They already have the perfect translucent body for it. The ghost was a dead end, but he did give me an idea. Through my innate connection to Cassiopeia, I realized I could try to commune with its fading essence through the stars that it left behind. Of course, I do not speak whale, but Clay does. You do? I can talk to animals. Fantastic! It is. Though I'm not always sure they like talking to me. They tend to disappear sooner or later. Sometimes they come back, but often they don't. I think maybe I accidentally say things that upset them without realizing it, and they think I mean to hurt them. I hate when that happens. Oh. I mean, they just disappear like they were never there? Yes, like they moved to a different, quieter beach. Or like they returned to the Astral Sea. I feel like they would tell me if they went back home. Not necessarily. Many straying creatures can traverse the plains at will, but they don't always have control over when they return. On many occasions, the astral currents pull them back home because they're ready. Before they're ready. And once you're swept up in them, each subsequent journey out becomes more and more difficult, or so I've been told. I would guess your friends either went home when you weren't there or got pulled back before they had a chance to say goodbye. So you're saying the sea swallowed them? Not quite, it just beckoned them home through a celestial hug of sorts. So that means I could visit them in the Astral Sea? Yeah, no, I like how Elithea described it as an astral hug to appease Clay. That'd be an incredible undertaking. Traveling between planes is quite hazardous. It is, but echoes are from the Primordial Sea and my family has lived here for quite a while, I think. They must have gotten here somehow. Say it was much simpler to traverse between planes once, but for a long time it has been almost impossible without complicated and dangerous rituals. Until recently, the Astral Sea was the only possible way to pass through the barriers, and accessing it requires meticulous planning, not to mention the sea tends to come with more risks than rewards. Even your Australian friends who can choose to leave their home plane on a whim get pulled back by the currents eventually. Imagine what would happen if you went in unprepared. The Fae on Kelpie Island aren't from Gaia either, and they told me they haven't lived here for very long. Since the 5 interplanar portals opened up, interplanar travel has become a lot more accessible again. At least when it comes to dream planes. But even the astral and primordial seas, not to mention are finally open to us again after all these years. It's a true miracle to witness in our lifetimes. So the portals have always been there? I didn't know that. Who put them there? Well, that is a very good question. And one that would blow the scope of this conversation beyond its bounds, I would think. You still have to tell me what came of your conversation with the whale's essence. You're right, we're getting off track. I prepared a second ritual, this time a much gentler one, and with Clay's cooperation in mind. Aren't you glad Clay was there to help you? I suppose I am. You really are? You are surprisingly competent. Perhaps one might say I could not have done this entirely without you. If one was to be extreme about it. I think someone like you could do anything alone if you put your mind to it. That doesn't mean you should have to. I'm always happier when doing difficult things if I have help from other people. Yeah, no, see, that's how I feel about the Doka crew, you know? Whenever Leafy wants us to play some kind of awful game, I'm always like, you know what? I'm glad I have other people to help me through this experience. Well said, Clay. Stellar teamwork, you two. Keep it up. Will do. When I was done with my preparations, I kneeled down in the celestial waves, Clay's warm hand in mine. And I prayed to the Lady of the Gilded Sea that she would allow us a glimpse of the slain creature's soul. Did it work? Of course it did. It felt like bathing in a river of stars, but the stars had feelings and aches and even more feelings. His thoughts were like a song of ice and fire. It sounded so scared and cold and sad. You can't say a song of ice and fire. That makes people very angry. Cold is not what I would have expected from a whale with a star in its belly. Me neither. That's when I realized I was wrong. Why it had looked so sickly and gray. The whale had been cursed with a potent frostbite that had frozen its body from the inside out. A very painful condition that would drive anyone to madness. If you're scared, angry, and hurt enough, you'll do a lot of things you might later regret. To Together we dove deeper into its memories and discovered how it had been afflicted. It fought some sort of evil creature on 2 legs that kept throwing things at it. Creature on 2 legs? Is it humanoid? We assume. It turns out whales don't care much about our appearances, so its memories were blurry at best. During the fight, it swallowed some kind of stone that's made its song turn black and white. It tasted horrible. But when you're a whale, you don't really worry about swallowing stones. You're worried about the 2-legged monster throwing things at you. I would too. Just wanting to escape, it fled as quickly as it could, trying to find its way home. It felt really bad destroying the camp. About destroying the camp. I get why. The worst part about being angry is seeing the wreckage you leave behind. Luckily, its anger subsided when it found its way back. Thought it was finally safe, but suddenly this freezing cold began. Oh my god. I don't like how your skull moves. I don't mind the cold much. I'm from the Highlands and we get a lot of snow in the winter. The kind of cold it felt was awful. Painful and inescapable, like it was freezing from the inside out. Potent frostbite, I mentioned. It seems a curse to cold and slowly spread through its entire body. It tried to keep itself warm by feeding on solar crabs and cosmic squid, but that didn't help much. It just kept getting more scared and angrier and colder. Till even its brain was freezing over. It couldn't think of anything other than the cold. So in its desperation, it ate the hottest thing it could find. A star. A star. A giant one at that. It looked deceptively small, contained in its belly. But apparently it was one of the biggest ones the night sky had to offer, the East Star. It ate Pharos, the guiding star of the endless seas? It did, and it helped. It kept its frostbite at bay, even if it did not eradicate it. But as you can imagine, such a massive star disappearing did not have the most desirable effect on the astral sea's delicate balance of gravity. You can imagine that. So that's why the stars fell. Because this whale had frostbite and was like, oh my god, I need something spicy. The whale was very confused about what had happened. It looked like all the stars suddenly started to fall and spin out of place. They crashed into each other, causing more and more destruction with each passing moment. Didn't understand all of what happened, but it felt bad. Maybe that is bad would be quite the understatement. The falling stars ripped holes in Cassiopeia's wings. To think that just one hungry creature could break the entire balance of the universe. I was hurt and scared. Should have endured instead of hurting others. Not everyone is as strong as you are. Well, they should try to be. Now the whale's legacy is destruction. I doubt it wanted that. Maybe not. It certainly left behind a small natural wonder. Seems like even the darkest moments leave behind some light. They do. I just wish it hadn't cost a life. Sometimes that's what heroism is about. Sacrifice. Oh god. Don't kid yourself. Heroism's about fun and making new friends. Hi, by the way. Hi. Yeah, I don't like the sometimes heroism requires sacrifice. The whale calls the stars to fall from the sky. I wouldn't call that fun. Friends part usually comes first. I'm particularly interested in making friends with creatures that cause so much damage. My dear, you could learn a lot from giving people some grace rather than condemning them for all eternity. I don't like not feeling sad for the whale. Animals are doofuses. Exactly. Sometimes granting strangers the space to grow can change everything. Beast could have grown into a supernova. Or into the new East Star. Could not have taken such a risk. Seem like you have control issues. Maybe try being more like your friend here. You know how to let loose, right, buddy? I think I'm pretty fun at parties, if that's what you mean. But sometimes when I let loose, people get hurt, like that whale. So maybe Tia is right, self-control is important. My, you're all a bunch of mopey clowns. And you are so incredibly unconcerned about the impact of letting something that dangerous live. Bet it continued causing trouble, this weirdo over here would have just made another quest out of it. But I guess you're too young to understand the virtue of taking it easy. With age, you learn things just happen as they happen over and over again. Sounds like you just want to avoid taking responsibility for your role in that cycle. I intend not to be a part of it, I intend to actually change things. So far you seem like a pretty standard cleric. A bit too paladin for my taste, but if you say so. I just hope you can live with the changes you cause, because you're gonna have to. I'm ready to take that responsibility, at least that's better than apathy. Dragons, I do not miss religious zealotry. Anyway, old enemy, got another drink, I'm running dry. Anytime, Muna. You still running low on energy? How about another strong one? You got it. Okay. Another southern brawler. Big, doofy dinguses. And you have to forgive them for being like that. Exactly. Alright, so defense and charisma? That was a really long conversation, my god. Possibly the longest one we've had in the game so far. It took them ages to explain all of that. Alright. Something strong for the most strong-headed lady I know. Weird way to admit you lost every argument against me. This drink's splendid, I'll give you that. What are you gonna do now, kid, now that your big bad whale's defeated? Find out who was behind this. Clearly the whale was merely the byproduct of some sort of agenda. I must find out what that is. Justice never sleeps, does it? Cannot afford to. I was gonna thank you for working yourself to the bone. People usually prefer you sticking around instead. Which is something I'm not gonna do right now because I have a card game to win. Good luck with your agendas. I apologize on her behalf. It's fine. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Tia, do you want to go? No, she was just being overly dramatic. Oh, I see. Maybe we should listen to her advice, at least a little bit. My granny always says with age comes the priceless wisdom of mistakes. And that lady was right, you could use some rest. I think she greatly underestimates the importance of the situation. Both of those things can be true at the same time. Yeah, I mean, you need rest, you know? Don't, like, just work yourself to death. At some point you gotta look after you too. Should not apologize on her behalf, jeez. Yeah. Clay, you do have a point that age can bring wisdom few of us can otherwise aspire to. Perhaps the knowledge we need to uncover this conspiracy lies not in the future, but in the past. After all, the past is full of terrible disasters that were prevented. Which means that this too could have been attempted before, if not very successfully. I do like looking to history to learn. Knowledge of something so vile must be scarce and well guarded, maybe even abandoned. I've never come across anything like this anywhere in the Aperture's library. Granted, the Aperture has only been standing for a little over 2 decades, no? This library can't be that vast. Many of the Order's books were relocated to the new stronghold. I do believe that we don't currently harbor the knowledge I seek. For that, other avenues must be explored. What are you considering? We could ask everyone we come across until we find someone who knows something. Good idea, but that would take far too long. I think we should look for the Everbloom archives. Is that a book club? Ancient one. Everbloom was one of the great 7 Maiden archives, the Gaian one to be specific. Legend has it there used to be one on each plane, even Tuat, the plane of the dead. They were once filled with all the knowledge of the cosmos and grew in size every day thanks to their fearless archivist. But then they fell to an unknown foe and have been lost to time ever since. I believe one of them could hold the answers we seek. Innkeeper, do you perhaps know where to find this archive? Nope. Not much of a librarian, unfortunately. Disappointing. But you could keep an eye out for it, right? You could ask all of the scholarly people to pass through here? Of course. I mean, the skeleton will probably know. Perhaps you can start by asking that bounty hunter when she's done gambling all her money away. You could ask her yourself. I would rather not. I'll take that terrible task off your hands then. Wonderful. You won't need more than a day to take care of this, all of this, right? Could do with a little more time. Nonsense, we don't have more time. I need your full commitment. This is very short notice. As are disasters typically, hence the vigilance. I shall return to a fully prepared quest tomorrow morning. Oh my god. No. Go away. You're not making me work overtime. Just because you're willing to work yourself to the bone for absolutely no payoff doesn't mean I am. Okay. In the meantime, you should rest. Don't be ridiculous. I have things to do, people to help, prayers to consult. It was right. A good night's sleep would do wonders for you. Even offer you some coupons to a beautiful swamp spa. Yeah! I'm not interested. If I rest now, who will this world have faith in? I shall see you tomorrow. It's always nice to see a workaholic in action. Don't worry, I'll go with her and make her some bread. Oh wow, you bake too, Clay? Jeez, Clay's like perfect. Warm bread always helps when I'm feeling sad. I think she might need some. It's very kind of you, Clay. Make sure you get some too. I couldn't resist warm bread if I tried. Do you want some as well? Yes, please. I'll bring some by tomorrow. Do you have any allergies? No? Thank you, Clay. Anytime. I hope you like bread rolls. Who doesn't? I'll take some of those coupons, too. Wonderful. Oh, you're gonna go to the spa? Talking through everything really helps. Thank you. Happy to hear that. Hope you hold on to those seashells. Catching up with some astral friends might make you feel a little better. Actually, I was thinking I could use the shells to make some friendship bracelets for Tia and I. I want to carve them into stars. Oh my god. I also managed to collect a bit of stardust so that I could remember the whale. I didn't really know what to do with it at first, but on my way back I combined it with some sea glass. Initially I wanted it to be a gift for Tia, but I don't think she would like it very much. But it would look great on your tavern, innkeeper. Thank you. That's amazing. Excellent craftsmanship, I have to say. Are you sure I can keep it? I see a bug. I am. Sure, I can see that you're appreciating it, and that's more than enough for me. Thank you very much, it's stunning. I think that sometimes you have to make something beautiful out of the things that hurt you. Otherwise, you're left with anger that has nowhere to go. Do you like being angry? No. Me neither. Well, we all get angry sometimes. It's not the most fun, but it's important. Never getting angry doesn't solve anything either, exactly. Just makes you smaller and smaller until people no longer see you as someone they need to think about. At least they're not scared of you. Anger doesn't make you any more of a monster than silence makes you a saint. Be a whole person, Clay, and don't be scared of who that is. I'll try, innkeeper, thank you. Hope you find a way back to yourself, too. He does need a big hug. Oh, look at Clay's art! Look at this art! Oh, that captures Clay perfectly. You're a giant. An earth echo. See how you're like a giant earth elemental? Clay is a sweet and gentle half-giant. He loves animals and can communicate with them. A skill no one should underestimate. He believes in the good in people and is exceptionally empathetic. On the other hand, he is also a very strong and remarkable fighter. Bye, Clay. Thank you, Clay. Me too. Alright, you two. It's nighttime now. Oh, hey, it's our friend! Top of the evening to you! Welcome to my tavern. Oh, what do my magical eyes see? New faces, new acquaintances! With whom do I have the pleasure today? No way, a speaking skeleton. I haven't seen one of those in a long while. Hello there. How incredibly rude of me to leave out introductions. My name is Scully. You're so polite as well. You can call me Una, Mr. Scully, and that one over there is my friend Jade. Which one of you won the card game? Ah, fellow Mida, but with more skin left. Which isn't immensely difficult, I suppose. Glad to make your acquaintance, Una and her friend Jade. Scully, shouldn't you be named after a gemstone? Or, Jade, that's a beautiful necklace. Something about it looks really familiar. Don't you think, Scully? I have no clue what you're talking about. Those remind me of Scully in a way. When was the last time you were digging around in graves? Never. I think your senses might be deteriorating with age. Just like your ability to win while cheating. Ah, don't get smart with me now, Woe Asteria's worst beast tamer. Oh, the wonders of friendship. You two seem to get along so well. Oh, absolutely. I think I should be going now. I still have work to do. What a coincidence. I happen to want to say the same thing. Wouldn't it be rude of us to leave that distinguished gentleman all by himself? I think one of us should definitely stay a little longer. Isn't it cool that both of you have bones made of shimmery gemstones? That is true. I haven't seen another Mida since... well, since I woke up. So anywhere between 2 weeks and 2 centuries. Yeah, it's a match already. It would be a shame if the two of you, were to become friends. Huh. Anyway, see ya. That was... quick. Indeed. Guess a woman her age knows what she wants. Oh, hey! Good mythical morning. It's well past sunset, Hex. That might be true, but it's still... morning somewhere, I know. You got it, but today I'm not here to talk with you about primordial magic. Today we're going to celebrate my sister. Hello! Greetings, everyone. Come on in.
Pleased to meet you. My name is Scully.
Jade. You can call me Hex, and this is Grace, my little sister.
She's adorable.
Yes, I know, she's taller than me. You can keep it to yourselves. We're here to celebrate, not to roast, though some fire might be fun. The fireball's inside Hexagon. You insist. Fireless party it is then.
My bones are aching for a party. I haven't attended one in what feels like an eternity. What's the occasion?
Wonderfully talented sister successfully defended her wizard doctoral thesis just today. So she can now call herself an actual full-blown Selenite witch. It's not that special, honestly. I beg to differ, that's a majorly big deal. Congrats.
I must congratulate you as well. Quite an outstanding achievement indeed.
You're very sweet, thank you. To agree with everyone, you should be proud of yourself. How about a drink on the house to celebrate your graduation? Hex already told me that you're a real magical connoisseur. I would love to taste one of your creations, Innkeeper. I don't know what to pick. Could you recommend something? Of course, how about a drink for your wits? Your brain must be tired after debating your professors all day. I love the hair and the hat. Like the whole everything is great. Sounds lovely. My brain could use a little pick-me-up. Coming right up. Also glasses, because of course glasses. So did I get a note for you? Yep, oh, look at you. 42, half-elf, she, her. The Hierophant. Yeah, Grace Hex. I mean, you're cute. You're adorable. Okay, let's see. What am I doing? I need this. You want Big Smart. And then it's just like 2 charisma, right? Yeah, that one's easy. My, this is delightful. See, told you, he definitely knows his craft. Hey, Innkeeper, do you have a PhD in mixology by any chance? Last time I checked, no, but I do have a lot of experience. Took me a while to get the hang of it. I can tell. Your drinks are really tasty. I could easily go for another round of debating right now. Is there anyone else up for a drink? Nah, not yet. Still energized from earlier. Scully, Hex, what about you two? I'm good. Don't want to steal the show today.
I would love a refreshment for these old bones, actually. Perhaps something that will bring back the charm of the old days.
At your service. Okay, so this is the sparkling heart. Right? Spoken heart. Alright. Ding, ding, ding. And one here and one there. Boom. Here you go. Drink for the charming gentleman.
Oh, what a lovely taste. It warms my bones inside and out.
Oh my god, I was thinking of what this color, what Grace's color scheme reminds me of. It reminds me of, Moth Girl from Potionomics. Because she also has, like, the whole white and blue color scheme and pink hair. And glasses, of course. Should I be worried? Maybe it's an undead thing. Well, theopractically, it would be possible for a magical drink to warm one's bones. You just need... You and your wild dreams, Hexy. Maybe leave those experiments to someone with an actual laboratory for once.
Oh, that talking about studying and degrees brings back so many old memories. I also was a scholar once. I spent my life as an archivist at the Gaia Neverbloom Archives.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about.
Before my, well, supposedly eternal slumber.
I've read a lot about the old archivists, but I've never had the chance to talk to one. Well, obviously they're all dead.
All of them?
Yes, the archives were destroyed ages ago. They're mostly a myth now.
Oh, that's quite sad. A lot of knowledge must have gotten lost with them.
I guess so. If you wouldn't mind, Scully, I'd love to hear more about them. Maybe we can revive some of that old knowledge.
It would be my pleasure, but sadly I cannot remember most of my research. All those years below ground and without sunlight don't seem to be good for the memory. It's been a few centuries since I've been alive, so I'm not even sure where one would find the archives nowadays. Or their ruins, rather. Character information updated. Scully! Where you at? Before his death, he was an archivist in the Everbloom Archives. He cared for and archived all kinds of knowledge and histories of the world. Mida have surnames matching the gemstone their bones are made of. He remembers the word alabaster. Considering the color of his skeleton, it would certainly be a match. That's interesting. So that's why you have jade arms. And you have a surname. That's interesting. So all the Mida, their bones are made of the gemstones that their surname is. Huh. Do you remember the environment? Maybe that could help. Little, I believe. I might have even woken up close by. My early memories as a skeleton are quite hazy. During my lifetime, the archives were located deep underground. Gaia's lively blessings were juxtaposed with a hostile and lifeless mountain range. They were surrounded by nothing but rocks and boulders as sharp as talons and fangs. Even if you made it out of the mountains, you'd be greeted by either dry steppes or a poisonous lake. Wow, it's like a Dark Souls. Liquid in that lake could singe the meat right off your bones. I knew someone that fell into the lake once. I remember it as if it were yesterday.
Well, that sounds like not the best place to build an important archive stronghold. Wouldn't necessarily agree. They say the books and scrolls of the Mayan archives contain all the mysteries of our world and the realms that surround us. Of course, you have to protect that knowledge. It would be a shame if someone... Anyways. I think I know the place Scully's talking about. Oh? Sounds like the gravel mech. Sharp rocks next to a poisonous lake. There's no way a location like that exists twice, on this plane at least. Or else I would have heard of it.
I wouldn't recommend going there. I bet it's exceptionally dusty after all these years.
Think about all those hidden treasures. Knowledge left untouched for millennia. That sounds a little too ambitious even for you. Fine. Delicate wizard sensibilities wouldn't last a day in the gravel mech anyway. Oh, and you would? Who can say? Anyway, I gotta go now. Shared enough secrets of the trade today already. Jade. She's surprisingly good with animals and even has a little turtle accompanying her. Only two-headed sheep are giving her a hard time somehow. But through her travels, she's learned how to handle all sorts of people, and how to win against them at cards fair and square, or not fair at all. Thank you for your reluctant service.
What a lovely young lady. She would make for a great archivist.
And a grumpy one. I'm sure she just had a long day. As have I, honestly. I'm very tired. Absolutely sure of that. You should be proud of yourself. You should take care of yourself, though. You seem like the kind of person that does things very thoroughly. We should still try to relax for a few days.
I agree. Getting your PhD is a major accomplishment.
That's nothing, really. I spent a lot of time researching. Defending my thesis was a mere formality. Scully's and my point still stands, and I'm sure your brother would agree with us. Absolutely! You're all very kind. I really appreciate it. How about we call it a day? It's already getting late.
Splendid ideas. I would expect from a witch like you.
Character information, Grace. Grace is a Selenite witch who had just successfully defended her wizard's PhD thesis. She's calm and gentle and seems to be a bit tired of her brother's chaotic experiments. Her older brother's experiments, even though he is shorter than her and looks younger, Grace is actually the younger sibling. Seems fair. Hope you get to enjoy the rest of the evening, innkeeper. I will, theopractically. Bye-bye. At the end of the day? Okay, my new quest first, though. An unusual amount of undead seem to be haunting the west. Undead snails are being accused of eating crops. A crash of spinal rhinos collapsed a canal bridge connecting Diria to the mainland, spawning the worst thing of all, budget discussions. Capital is wrapped in roots. According to a myth as ancient as time, these are the roots of the Aether Tree. Banshee Everbloom Archives are located deep within Gravelmac. Gillen's Maiden Archives once held infinite knowledge of the cosmos. The guy in Everbloom could hide answers no one is quite ready for. I mean, is this the one? Banshee... Riverbanks the Mere... We do need the archive quest, but I don't know if I have... Ah, here we go. Here we go, this is it. So, the Fabled are located deep within the Gravel Mac. Yeah, here we go. There we go. There it is. So that's the other one. So yeah, they made it... I saw that they updated the game and made this part harder. By making it harder, they just made it where they're not all the same color, all the rumors. Because before it was basically just given to you because you just combine the sticky notes to the correct color. But now you actually have to mix and match the things. So it's a little bit less just done for you. I'm glad they changed that too. At least has you think a little bit and helps refresh you on your notes and stuff. Alright, Ondu. We're definitely done now. That worked out to just about 3 hours. Perfect. Now I have to do a lot of, well, probably not a lot of recording. I can probably do some in the morning, but yeah. So next time I'll be recording is, or streaming is Sunday. So I'll be playing It Takes Two. That'll be a fun time. I also think Raxby Day is tomorrow on Leafy stream, so that's always fun.